All right, good morning, everyone. Welcome to Market Prep. I hope you guys are having an amazing morning. Hope you guys had an incredible, nice, long Valentine's weekend. So hopefully you guys will enjoy yourselves. Good morning, Peter. How are you doing today?
I am great. Thank you, Carlos. Yeah, a long weekend. We had Valentine's Day in there. My beautiful and intelligent daughter had her birthday yesterday as
Nice.
well. So happy birthday, Emma. And yeah, it was a busy one. Well, I mean, it wasn't really busy. I didn't actually end up doing all that much, but a lot of events seem to happen. So, and how about you? Did you keep busy? What did you do?
Yeah, we went out dancing Saturday. We haven't gone dancing in a long time. Yeah, me and my wife,
Wow.
and we got back home at 2 a.m. after drinking and dancing, and the next day I was just shot. Like I haven't done that in such a long time. Like I stayed out late. You know, I can drink, but to drink and stay out late, it's like that's a double whammy. So I
You
was
gotta
like,
pick
yeah.
one?
Yeah, like I don't like the way I feel the next day, but it was so worth it, man. We had such an amazing time, and yeah,
Good.
it was awesome. It was awesome. So hopefully everybody out there had a good time for this weekend. So, all right, friends, let's get to it. It was not having such a great time, and it's the markets. The markets are not having such a good time as me and you, Peter. Everything seems to be a little bit gloomy, a little bit cloudy, a little bit in the red. And I was listening to Bloomberg Radio today, and it just seems like, okay, everything's falling apart. And then I pull up the SPY when I get to my station, and I'm like, okay, guys, we've been here before many, many times, right? We've been here before many, many times. Now, I get it. There's concerns if we slip from this that we might see another drop. But guess what? We've been down here before many, many times. It's fine. Everything's not falling apart just yet. So we'll see. A lot of stocks are feeling the pressure. As you can see here, they're in the red. But again, I don't think it's as bad as people are making it sound, Peter. No, what's your thoughts?
Well, I mean, we talked about this on Friday about how on Thursday was the first time the market actually closed below the open of the very first trading day of the year. So basically, it was the lowest close of the year when we sort of started down there. And you know, like we've gapped down below it. I'm sort of saying it wrong because we did close lower, but we never sort of pushed through intraday. Friday was sort of a nothing day, wasn't it? Like we sort of ended up where we started, and the market didn't end up doing all that much. But today, yeah, might tell the tale. But like you said, like you just zoom out a bit. Just come on, people. Like zoom out. We're still in an area that is in October, November, we were celebrating this exact area as all-time highs. So yeah, let's not get too excited.
Yeah, I think hey, people got to sell the news. I think negative news sells more than positive, obviously. You get people tuned in. I'm telling you, I was listening to the radio. I thought it was going to be down here. I thought I was going to expecting something like 655. Like, okay, we got a problem. But we're just bouncing back and forth between all-time highs and 678. So we'll see where it goes. But again,
it does look like we're going to drop a little bit more. Who knows? But hey, this market has given us so many surprises over the last few years. Don't assume, right? Like, don't jump in assuming that everything's going to go short. That's what it looks like. That's what it feels like. But we've been here before, and we've seen the bounce. I mean, you just have to just look at the technical data right in front of you over what's happened, again, in the last 3 months. And you can certainly see how there's been resilience in this rough area. So, let's just wait and see what happens. One way or the other, we can take advantage of the moves if you're smart and you stick to your strategies. So let's do just that.
Absolutely, friends. Well, the good thing for us is this creates momentum, volatility, and we're seeing that now in our gappers list as well. So quick look at it. A lot of stuff in the rest. We mentioned a lot of our favorite tickers, tech stocks also taking a hit there. So a lot going on this list this morning. We'll get to that in a second. Before we do so, Peter, U.S. economic calendar. So we have a short week. Today is Tuesday. Off yesterday for President's Day. What we got going on for today?
Yeah, a couple of things, but nothing major today. ADP employment came out about 15 minutes ago. I didn't actually have a forecast for that, but it came out at reporting 10,300 jobs. This is right in range of the previous numbers, so really nothing to see here. The New York State Empire State Manufacturing Index came out at 7.1. Once again, in range. It's a little bit above forecast, as you can see, but nothing massive there. And the only other number that I was tracking is this Home Builders Confidence Index, or the NAHB Housing Index, which is coming out at 10. The market usually ignores that as well. So, not really much to talk about from an economic calendar. Earnings, we have a couple today. Once again, nothing major. We have a couple of interesting earnings later in the week, but today is pretty quiet actually, Carlos, for our day back after the long weekend. So I will remind everybody we are a month away from the next Fed rate announcement. Well, a month and a day. It comes out on March 18th is the date for the next rate announcement. It's expected right now 90% probability of us getting no rate change based on their analytics. So we'll see. Or, right now the view is that the Fed will just stay the course and not make any big changes, which would sort of fit their personality. That we'll see what happens. We still have a month to figure it out. And I was watching crypto over the long weekend here, and frankly, it didn't do anything, which is probably disappointing, frankly, because it's down in the doldrums here, right? Like the Bitcoin is still at 67,000. I mean, it's almost 68,000, but anywhere down in this range is a big disappointment, because remember, it was 100,000 or bust is what everybody thought, and then we were going to the moon, and that certainly didn't happen. So yeah, there's a lot of companies really suffering now with their treasury investment strategies if you're in crypto. So and we've seen that even with companies like Coin and others that are relying on that crypto market to be energetic. We're certainly not seeing that, right? I feel like crypto's I don't know. You guys, I've shared my opinion with you in the past. I think it actually went too mainstream, which has hurt it, right? Because now it feels
Yeah.
like a commodity or an asset like every other, and its whole point was that's exactly what it was not supposed to be, right? And the fact that it
Yeah.
is probably not a good thing for it overall and long term. But time will tell.
Yeah, and
We're
I
just
think I heard something where basically the only two that are worth even thinking about is Bitcoin and Ethereum, I think it is. The rest are
yeah.
like
Well,
forget it. They're just down in the toilet. Don't put your money in there. Again,
yeah.
not advice, just what we're hearing. That's just those two are the only ones that are really good. But for Coinbase and Hood, people that make money on transactions, that's not good. They want all the coins to work. They want transactions going everywhere.
Yeah.
So that's not healthy for the people actually selling the product and hosting it. So not good for these guys. But
Yeah.
we'll see where it goes, friends.
By
Yeah.
size,
Hmm.
they're certainly, by far the biggest, those two, Bitcoin and
Yeah.
Ethereum. So, but
Yeah.
yeah, I
So
mean, but that's the problem, Carlos. Like there are literally thousands of these things out there, and I mean,
yeah.
you know, we
It's
said
like
all
it's like
along, right?
everybody
Yeah,
everyone with a decent sized following had a cryptocurrency under their names. Like,
everybody was putting
what
them
the
out.
heck?
I'm not sure how you could buy some fart coin and figure that's going to be the next global currency. I mean, hopefully every single person was doing it as a joke or for their own amusement, but I'm sure somebody was buying it thinking, "This is it. This is the thing. I'm going to be a fart coin billionaire." Anyways,
Even did it the girl? What was the girl that went viral with the hot
oh, the
tour or
Haktua
whatever?
girl.
She even had
Yeah,
a right. Did she have like NFT or something?
yeah,
I'm like,
yeah. She
okay,
did.
come on, out of control now. So some of those people are. I agree with you. They're sitting right here. This is fine, and the building is falling apart.
Yeah.
So
Everything's
again,
fine.
careful, guys,
Yeah.
careful. All right, friends, let's get to it. Gappers List brought to you by tradingterminal.com, where you can find a bunch of stuff on there, friends, that's available to you. We'll start with our beautiful Gap Up list this morning. OBAI is the first one on deck, and we are up this morning 117. Here at $6.87, we hit as high as $12. So this thing has been very active all morning since 5 a.m. today. Looks like recent IPO on the daily. Let me just confirm that. Yeah, recent IPO just a few days ago, and as high as 40, losing some ground now, but definitely very active over the last couple of hours here. And float on this one, as you will guess, 1.8. So very low flow stock, Peter. Any news behind it, or it's just overall movement from it being a new IPO this morning?
No, I mean, yeah. Look, this is a weird company called TG17. And they actually had they managed to convince somebody to pay for one of the pilot of their launch of their product, and they are the paid pilot anyways is kicked off, and it's apparently going well so far, and they're hoping that it's going to deliver. Hold your hat, a big $10 million worth of revenue for them in the long term. So this is a company currently with $0 of revenue. So 10 million is infinitely better than zero, I guess. So, but keep in mind the scale and size of this company. Like you said, it's a low float. I see under 2 million shares in the float. It's memeing, right? It's not something I'm going to trade.
Yeah, we'll leave this alone here, and we'll look at the next one, which is ZIM. So ZIM, we've seen this before many times. Look at, is it being bought out finally? Look at this action here, up 35%, 8.2 million shares traded. Are they merging, Peter, or doing something? Looks like it.
Oh, very good. Yes.
Yeah.
Hapag-Lloyd, which it may sound familiar. Hapag, Hapag. Picture that written across a giant metal shipping container, right?
Yeah.
We've seen them all around the world. Anyways, Hapag-Lloyd is apparently looking to buy out Zim Integrated Shipping for a $4.2 billion deal at $35 a share. So, of course, like you point out, this is what happens, right? We jump up, sit at a price. I'm surprised it's so far away. It's $5 away from that target price, but it's a buyout, which means we can't really trade it.
All right, so yeah, it looks horrible there. We'll leave that alone. Next one here is going to be MASI. It's the next one on there, and also looks like a possible. Well, it doesn't have the volume. We're up 34% here, 318,000 shares traded, but pretty much flat in the pre-market. Not seeing anything that I love on it. 46 million shares float. I just don't think this is going to be tradable today.
I would agree with you. This has been on our list in the past, hasn't it? It seems familiar. Massimo sounds familiar. Anyways, but another buyout. They're going to be bought. This is a $10 billion deal. I'm actually surprised that they're paying that much. Anyways, paid a good premium for it. As you can see, look at how much that thing popped up. $180 a share is the acquisition price. Nothing to trade here. We can't take advantage of it.
Yeah, we'll leave that one alone. Doesn't look good at all. Does not look tradable. Very light volume. I don't think it's going to be great. Here's another one, KD. Wow, the gap up list is just brutal today. Here's KD, up 8.7, 430,000 shares traded, but another one that does not look like it's going to trade well. They're barely getting any volume. They had a nice gap down a few days ago, and since then trying to recover here, hitting as high as 16, back down to 13. Again, just not really anything I want to probably focus on today, Peter. I'm not sure about you.
Kindrel Holdings, and they spell it with all Y's. So, Kindrel. Anyways, this is an AI company that had some problems with their financials. They had to delay the submission of some forms, their 10Q and 10K forms. Anyways, they did file them now and said yes, they did disclose and identify some material weakness in internal controls. However, they do not need to restate any previously issued financials. So that's good news for the market. The market hates it when you restate financials. It creates all sorts of concerning questions. But the fact that they finally got those forms in and are not restating is good. Probably not tradable though. The fun's already over.
Yeah, fun is over on this one. Careful, guys. It looks messy. So far, nothing on this list. Or here's one that could be interesting. NCLH. So we got our cruise liner here.
Yes.
This morning they're up 1.5 million shares traded. So they're getting a nice volume this morning, nice gap up. Peter, what's the latest and greatest?
We got an activist investor that's interested in Norwegian Cruise Lines. Elliott Investment Management has quietly been building a big stake, a 10% stake in Norwegian Cruise Lines. And, you know, at a company with about a $10 billion market cap, that means they've got to build $1 billion worth of stock. And they say that they plan to push for changes to help turn around the company. So that means that they're going to be causing problems for the board of directors. They're really going to piss off management. That's usually what these activist investors do. But it may be beneficial to stockholders, right? Because often they can actually drive for change. Now, you know, whether they're well guided or not, whether Elliott Management has any knowledge of the cruise line industry, I have no idea. So we'll have to see. But it does get the stock jumping to know that somebody's willing to invest, you know, $1 billion of their own cash because they think they're seeing unrealized opportunity that they think they can, you know, help draw out. So we'll see what happens with it. Not likely a short-term play. Like it's not going to do all of that today. It's going to do it over the course of the next couple of years, most likely, a couple of quarters minimum, a couple of years more likely. However, it could get a little bit of movement. I noticed it on the list earlier today. So, you know, the volume's not bad. It's tough for me. You know, I'm just looking at the daily chart here. It's got to get out of this range, up over 24, and then let's talk. Then I'll be more interested. But
Yeah, yeah, good positive news. Again, just not a whole lot happening right now, as it's kind of stuck within these ranges on the daily. All right, last one but not least on the gappers list, brought to you again by tradingterminal.com. You can always head over there to get information. It is IBRX, and it just looks brutal. Even the daily here, you got a recent move up into February, end of January, actually, into February. It's just kind of stuck here. This morning, they're just hitting our numbers. They're up 5.3, 875,000 shares traded. But just look at the way this thing is trading and the volume. I personally don't like it. Will not be on my list this morning.
yeah, this is a biotech. It is, I guess it's essentially a Monday, you know, biotech. I'm surprised we don't have more biotechs here. They don't actually have a drug release. They did say they had productive talks with Saudi Arabia's Food and Drug Authority to get a favorable regulatory filing, and they're initiating the expansion of the use of some of their drugs in the United Kingdom. So, just some good news that, you know, creates revenue opportunities for them. But tradable, no. The downside is where it's at today.
Yeah. Not good. We'll leave this alone, and let's continue here with one more popped up. Let's just take a quick look at it. VNet. VNet this morning, nothing. Garbage. All right. We'll move on. Peter, before we continue to the gap
Let's get a big truck.
Yeah,
we just need a whole truck.
We need everybody. The truck. We need Elon. We need everything to come out on what we just saw here.
On the truck.
There it is. Get the truck.
Where's your truck?
This
Put it
is
right in the
this
middle
is
of the exchange,
fine.
Carlos.
I mean, the truck in the middle. Yeah. Let's get that one too going. Where did I put that one? That one always seems to get lost a little bit. Here it is. Just pull up the garbage.
Load her all in, Carlos. Yeah.
Oh, what is going on? Yeah, that was brutal, friends. That was brutal. All right, let's hope that the gap down has something better. But before I go there, Peter, do you have anything that can redeem the gap up list that maybe might not be on here?
Short answer is no. The Chinese stocks are gapping up a little bit. Baba, Baidu, Billy, or PDD, they're gapping up, but on low volume. But that's meaningless in the face of everything that's going on. I got nothing gapping up that I like.
Brutal. All right, get your garbage truck in there, friends. For our Lambos and garbage truck members, that was just brutal. All right, let's see what's gapping down. I see some better names in here. We'll probably have a little bit better luck. Let's start with the first one, down 27%. OCUL today. Here it is. We are down 27% this morning. 12 million shares traded. We got tons of volume on this one. Started off in the green, into the red this morning. Peter, Ocular Therapeutics probably does not trade very well, but they definitely got some volume and something dragging them down today.
Yeah, this one's interesting. So they actually released. So this is a biotech, and like I said, you usually see them at the beginning of the week. Now they released some top line results for their phase 3 trial of a drug, and they said it went very well. Now the company almost always says it went very well. However, the market's not buying it clearly, right? As they're our biggest gap down today. Um, the thing that's got people concerned is, well, the company said, no, 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 it's all good. Those that know the data digged into it and said, well, wait a second. The difference in performance between the different treatments that you said you now had an improved treatment that was supposed to deliver better results, they're not really that much better. And they had a couple of more incidents of the random outliers, right? That just did weird things. So, a little concern that the drug may not be as stable or as beneficial as expected. While the company's trying, of course, put the positive spin on it. So right now, the marketing department, I'm sure, is being brought into the CEO's office, and they're having a little conversation because it's not going as expected. So.
Yeah, not doing well here. Um, I don't know how trade was gonna be. I mean, we got some movement here for the
Yeah.
most part. They don't get a whole lot of volume. Like you look at this daily, it's very light. Today alone in the pre-market, they got more than they do on a regular basis. So I don't know. I don't think we're gonna get anything off the market open. So I'll leave this one alone. We'll look at the next one here. AG's okay. AG's another one that does not trade very well. But it's been moving. It's been better in the last couple of days, given how some of the silver and gold and everything else has been moving. So it's been more active, but not really something I've been keeping a close eye on, Peter.
No, this is, AG. Keep in mind, this is not an index. This is just First Majestic Silver Corporation, which is a specific silver company. But I think probably they're taking the hit because their ticker, represents the commodity. So, look, silver prices, as we know, are down. They're not more down this weekend. They're just down where they were. So, things haven't, not much has happened here. I mean, like you said, when you fly so high, yes, you're going to tumble from the sky every once in a while. So fly too close to the sun, look what happens. So, I think it's just par for the course. We're going to see a few people probably getting out of their silver investment, thinking, if you've been in for a long time, you're probably saying, yeah, it's about time to take profits. If you were just getting in through all the hype, you're probably shaking your head and said, well, that was dumb. Why did I do that? So, yeah, we'll
Yeah.
see where this goes, but.
Yep. Absolutely. All right, friends. Let's continue here. Next one is uh iPoint, EYPT.
Oh.
So iPoint is the next one on deck here. And these guys are down 3.4, 380,000 shares traded. Again, I don't see a whole lot of volume or activity on this one. So probably will keep it off my list as well. It looks like a few hours ago, around 7 o'clock, started dropping and then coming back here. But again, I don't see it trading well. And if you look at the daily too, the volume is so light throughout the day. So yeah, not interested.
Yeah. Oh, look at that. Egypt? Is
I,
that?
I,
Is
I
this a,
thought the same thing. I
is
looked at
it?
it, I'm
It's.
like, is it Egypt company? Is it an Egyptian company? What's going on?
Is
But
that
no,
because Egypt's on my mind? Because
Egypt
we're
is on your
because
mind.
I'm,
Did you buy
I'm
your
going
tickets?
there. Anyways,
Did you
yeah.
buy your ticket?
I'm.
Are you,
I have. I'm locked and loaded to go. I haven't bought my flight yet. I'm
yep,
actually
yep.
trying to convince my daughter to go with me. So we'll see if
Oh,
that happens.
nice. Oh, wait, your daughter, you
But
sure?
this Egypt tour is going to be pretty awesome. I think it's going to be absolutely fantastic. It looks awesome.
Yeah.
So yeah,
You
if you're
sure you want to
interested in
bring your
going,
daughter around? I mean, I don't know, man.
she's a
Andrew's
tough
looking.
cookie. She can handle it.
I know she
Yeah, I
can.
know. So it's
Um,
all good. She can
friends, if
handle
you
herself.
wanna, yeah, if you're interested, I'm not sure if there's any spots left, but there might be one or two spots. It's not a lot of people, very small group. BabelTrades.com retreat. I'm
Yeah.
gonna copy it and put it on here for you guys. Actually, I'll do it right now so I don't forget. If you're interested in going, check it out. I mean, it is awesome. This lineup that Faris has put together here is really nice. No, and Andrew are working on it, but look at that. 4 nights in Cairo, 3 nights in Hurghada. and 3 nights in Luxor. I mean, that sounds amazing, Peter. You're gonna have a great time. So, so yeah,
It's
hopefully your daughter goes because she's
yeah.
gonna
And
enjoy it as well.
if you look at the details, there is a oh, why did I lose connection server on my platform? That's not good. Anyways, there is a
Oh, me
hot air
too.
balloon over the pyramids at dawn. There's a private yacht booked that we're going to be trading off of on one day. There's of course all the tours you would expect in Egypt. There's snorkeling. There, like it's just it looks pretty awesome. So and
Nice.
we know Ferris who put this together for Andrew, who he actually coordinated for anybody that was at the TED conference that we put on a year and a half ago now. He's coordinating this, so we know how fantastic of a job he did with that. I think
Yeah,
this is
yeah.
going to be as good. So yeah, really looking forward to it. Should be pretty awesome.
Should be awesome. Yeah. I got the same thing you did, Peter. I got disconnected. It's connected back again. So I also got the disconnected server alert, but looks like we are back.
It's a little
So interesting.
concerning.
Yeah, a little.
I don't
It's a
like
little
when that
concerning.
happens.
Yeah, I don't like it either. Maybe today I'll be trading in my trading
Yeah.
terminal
I
fund
mean,
account. We'll see.
I'm not sure.
Never
We
fun.
did have the market sort of spike up here in the last few minutes, and now it's dropping back down. So I don't know.
Could
Yeah,
be heavy
a glitch in the
volume,
matrix.
maybe.
Did you see the same
Yeah,
black cat?
I know,
I don't
right?
know.
Deja vu. So yeah, I don't know, but we'll see.
Oh,
Hopefully, nothing major. All right.
yeah.
Continue here, my friends. We looked at
We
OCUL,
we
AG,
we never
Egypt.
actually talked about iPoint.
Oh, we didn't.
Yeah,
Okay, we're
because
gonna skip
we
right through it. Let's
digressed.
go to it.
But
Mm-hmm.
this is iPoint Biotech. They're in the exact same industry as Ocular Therapeutics, which is the very first one we looked at. And it's really just a sympathy play. Because Ocular, they're concerned about their data, that makes them concerned about this company as well, because they have very similar products or solutions that they're developing. So it's very sympathetic. I like it. I don't like it. I mean, the same way I don't like Ocular. So
Yeah, nope. Next, let's move on here. Okay, here's one. We talked about silver already, so you guys know how I feel about it. Again, if you like it, watch it. PSLV, SLV, AG. Some other ones are going to be on here. I don't see a lot of them today, though, actually. Just these two that I can pick off really quickly. But you know what those tickers are. We've been watching them for a period of time here. CRWV, on the other hand, this is one that a lot of people like to trade in our community. They are down, say, 3.6, 435,000 shares traded. On the daily, for the most part, it's not really doing a whole lot, right? I know they're down, they're hitting our numbers, making our gappers list. But as far as the daily itself, we're just going back and forth between this 97.50, I'll say, to around this maybe 91.75, 91, right? So just kind of stuck in this range. We don't not getting these really, very nice clear moves that we had just about a 2-3 weeks ago. But again, it's fun to watch, Peter, because any minute CRWV can take off or drop and give you some really good trading. So I'm inclined to have it on my list, but it's not really looking anything spectacular.
no, you're right. It looks pretty average, but as you say, it can move. So it's one that I sort of keep it. I put it right beside PLTR, frankly, for me, because
Yes.
that's sort of the bucket I put them in. Where either one of these can move on any given day. Other days they can just look horrible. So, but you never know which day that's going to be. That's the problem. So, yeah. I mean, is today its day? No idea, but can't hurt to keep an eye on it if you've got extra space.
Yeah. Mr. Davis said positive Iran talks news release. Is that what's going on? I saw over
Yeah,
the weekend, man, there's a lot of walks in Canada. They had one, I think, in Toronto. Are those videos real, or all those people? There was a ton of people that took to the streets with Iranian flags, and also in Vancouver.
oh
And
yeah,
it just looked massive. I was like, wow, that's a lot of support. So yeah, hopefully positive talks that can help.
they are
So
real. Yes, the Iran's foreign minister said that they've reached an understanding with the U.S. There's been good conversations, and they can work on sort of what an agreement would look like. So, like
mm,
I hate to be. We've been here many times before, so let's hope that. I mean, it's good news. Let's keep up the good news, but it's not definitive. It just means things are progressing. So,
yeah, and it's always like, okay, how long is it gonna last, right? I mean, we've been here before, we
yeah,
said it before, and somehow we found our way
yeah.
back over here. So hopefully it's real change this time. Um, but yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, friends, 355,000 people. That's a lot. That's a lot. So it's good. All right, let's
Yeah.
continue here. Core weave. I have it on my secondary, Peter. I think you kind of feel the same way. I like your thing what you said about PLTR. It is like the PLTR. Like PLTR, I love it, but man, it could be such a hit and miss at times. It can be so brutal. And when I say that, I'm talking about really specifically between 9:30 and 11 a.m., which are I'm really watching the markets. It can be really bad. And then you come back later and does something great in the afternoon, right? So it also depends what time of the day you are trading. Let's continue on this list. I see MSTR is making its way over here. MSTR this morning, we are down 3% on the 2.1 million shares traded. I'm not sure on the strategy one. Peter, anything you like? And then we'll go to you, see if you like anything else off this gap down list this morning.
Yeah, this gap down list is just full of stuff that's just sort of moving with the market.
Yeah.
MSTR, I don't see anything specific on this. I mean, we know that these guys have. They were one of the ones that had a treasury strategy, so I'm not surprised to see them gapping down. Along with all of their friends that have invested heavily in crypto. Um, I mean, some of them, they're speaking boldly. Strategy Inc. These guys used to be called MicroStrategy. Now they're just Strategy Inc. But they're saying it's a time to buy, and they are increasing their holdings. So they're doubling down. We'll see how it works. I'm still skeptical, but if I guess in for a penny, in for a pound, right? So they're jumping all in, and if prices stabilize and even go higher, this could be a great move for them, right? Because they could suddenly start putting in a whole bunch of profits. But if they fall any further, you know what it's like. This is why we, just like on your trading, why we tell you never add to a loser, right? Unless that's part of your stated strategy before you got into the trade. Was this their strategy before they got into the trade? I don't know. I'm skeptical. Anyways,
Yeah,
we'll just
yeah,
be
I'm not.
watching.
Yep, yep. All right, Peter. I see MU and some of our usual suspects. Like you said, I think they're just moving down with the market. Nothing special, and I probably will be looking at AMD and maybe NVDA and so forth. But anything you like on this list this morning that
It's
sticks
a
out?
weird bucket of things that are in there. Like on the gap down list, I see Intel and AMD from the semiconductors. I see RGTI from our quantum sector. We've got Rivian from the EVs. We just got this like random bucket of things that happen to show up. So I do think the semiconductors in general are an interesting place to look because weakness in the economy overall. What's the first thing you're going to cut? Probably the big ticket technology stuff that you're going to put into a growth market, right? Which could be your chip orders. So and I noticed Micron's on the list. So with Micron, AMD, and Intel all hitting the gap down list, we got some others that aren't quite on the list yet that but are also moving downwards, like Broadcom, Nvidia. Qualcomm, things like that, because they're just under the 2% limit. But this whole sector is gapping down with most things. So I'm definitely watching my favorite two, which, as you guys know by now, probably are NVIDIA and AMD. We'll see what happens with them today. Other than that, like you said, pick your favorite down stock. Tesla, it's always a good one to move with the market. We'll see what happens with it today. It's still holding over 400, so at 412 right now. I'm just gonna wait and see, but it's always on my list. So we'll get there. There's been no news out of Tesla. They've been pretty quiet actually as a company. So in the last little while. So we'll see what happens with them. But uh, I yeah. Anyways, it looks like the market is going to be moving on international news. I mean, with that spike this morning, we'll see. I mean, it could be very news driven because I just don't see that much out there. And usually in these moments, this is where we can rely on the White House to do something interesting, something amazing, I guess. And we'll see what happens. I mean, who knows if it'll be good or bad or crazy or exactly what we expect. But one way or the other. I'm counting on the White House here today to do something to get some market reaction. So let's go. Let's have some fun on this Tuesday.
Yeah, yep, absolutely, my friends. All right, so I'm gonna add Tesla. I'm gonna add some of the usual suspect, as you mentioned on here. We'll look at Tesla, we'll look at AMD, but yeah, I don't. It's not nothing sticking out on this list. MU. We traded MU, so maybe I'll look at MU as well instead of NVIDIA this morning. But it's going to be a lot of wait and see where the scanners are going to hit this morning. All right, let's take a look at what you guys like. So let's go on our website here. What do you guys like over in our chat? Anything that we haven't looked at? Steve, yeah, SOV is in play. So you can look at SOV. Oh, look at the drop in the last couple of minutes here. So SOV, all these silver coins, you can take a look at. AG is reacting slightly as well. SOV seems to be the better one out of all of them, I think. So if you like that one, take a look at it. Anything going on right now? Is this SPY related or?
It's a good tracking ETF. Yeah,
Yeah.
SLV is pretty active. I it's nice to trade. It's just hard to set trends on it, in my opinion. But I didn't see any silver news, so I'm not sure why it's going down harder than the market. But let's see. Is there anything out there? What's going on here? Anything? No, I don't see anything.
Nothing.
Really.
Okay.
No.
All right. All right. Let's see what else, friends. So SOV, I'll put it on here. I'll put it on a secondary. I mean, I'll track it. If I am going to trade, I will trade this ETF, though. I think it's the best one, as Peter mentioned. Let's see what else. Amazon in the green today. All right, we got something in the green. Amazon right now, yeah, looking decent. Trying to do something here. You can see it going from red to green here. So, yeah, could be interesting. You know what?
Yeah.
I rarely watch Amazon as my primary. We could do it today. We have the room. There's no question. ZIM, no, that one is a buyout, man. So again, numbers look great. Everything looks good here, but it's a buyout. We spoke about it earlier. Watch this one at the market open, just so you get an idea. If you never watched the buyout before, you're not gonna get any trading out of it. You're not gonna get no movement. So that's unless there's certain buyouts, Peter. We talked about this before that do move, right? When there's like some kind of either cash or some kind of buyouts, they tend to move, or mergers. But other ones, for the most part, are not great intraday trading setups.
Yeah, Amazon had a real big misstep back on the at the Super Bowl, isn't it? Because didn't they have an
They
ad
did?
that really didn't work that well. They had an ad that got a lot of concern with people about your Ring cameras and stuff that are monitoring it, or other people can get in to get access to your footage. And I haven't seen the ad. I
Oh,
just heard that the
that's right.
search party
forget
thing.
that. I forget that Ring is Amazon. I forget that they own that
Yeah,
now, right? Yeah, yeah. No, they're yeah. I don't.
and
Listen. If your pet got lost, I'll help you look for
yeah,
it. But
like
you're not tapping into my
your
camera to see what's going on. Hell no.
your Wi-Fi web-enabled camera is hackable or usable by others. If you're shocked, then you haven't been paying attention, in my
Yeah.
opinion. But anyways, yeah. So it's just interesting when the people come face to face with this and realize, oh my God, like they're listening to me or they're using my data. Yeah. Anyways, so. Um, but it really just sort of brought to the public's awareness, and the stock, interestingly, didn't actually do. I mean, it went down a little bit, but this feels like maybe just a little bit of a bounce back after that. Ring is such a minor part of Amazon, but
Yeah. It
it's
could
one
be.
of
I
those.
think it's actually Blink. Is it Blink? Amazon? Okay, it's Blink. Okay.
Well,
So
Ring
it's the same.
Ring is
The
a
same
subsidiary of
concept.
Amazon, so
Oh, it is? Okay. Yeah.
yeah,
But it's the same concept. It's the camera that's on
yeah,
your phone front door that it scans lost pets, whatever, and then people can it's just stop. It's just no.
yeah. I mean, it's
Yeah.
you know it's a great concept, and you say I could be anywhere in the world and I can call up my camera and look and see what's happening in my house. Why are you shocked that other people might be able to get into that feed and also see what's happening outside your house? Anyways, it's
Like we know the
it,
companies are doing it and they're monitoring it fine,
yeah,
but I don't want
yeah.
other
Like,
people
how many
doing it.
times we've all joked about this? How many times have you just been talking with something about your spouse or a friend, and next thing you know, you're getting ads about that thing? Like it just
Hmm.
keeps happening. So like your
Yeah,
phone's listening to you. You know this
of
stuff is
course.
publicly
Of course.
accessed data that they're using. Come on, let's not be surprised
Yeah.
here. But
Yeah.
anyways,
Absolutely. All right, friends. Tesla, AMD, MU, Amazon on my list so far. What else we got going on here, friends? You guys like this morning? Netflix. Yeah, I saw the Netflix and so Warner Brothers is opening up conversations with WB. Now I wonder if that was forced or not, but they got like 7 days to talk with Warner Brothers. I'm sorry, to talk with what's the other company? Paramount. To talk with Paramount to see if that deal is going to
Yeah.
go through. So we'll see what happens. But Netflix here is not really doing a whole lot. I think until news actually breaks down what they're actually doing, that's when you're going to start getting some trading. The benefit of all, who benefits is Warner Brothers, right? Because obviously, the more competition, the people that want to buy their product, the more options they have to get a better deal. So that's obviously good news for them. You can see them popping up here, 2.6, and when then once it's all said and done, is when we'll see some goodness out of it. But as far as day trading it, I'm not sure how that's going to go. So.
Yeah,
We'll see here.
we'll see what happens. Warner Brothers, of course, has been favoring the Netflix bid over the Paramount bid, or the Paramount Skydance bid that had come in, and apparently they've now set a definitive date, March 20th, when they're going to go to a shareholder vote to see who would you like to buy us. So we'll see how that shareholder vote comes back. I've got to believe it's going to come back in Netflix's favor, but you never know, right? I mean, the shareholders can be fickle because they could just say, I don't really care how the company does. Give me the biggest cash immediately, and then I'm out. It could go either way. And so, but anyways, March 20th is when that's happening. So they got a month to do some PR on both sides, right? To win over the shareholders. So
Yeah, yeah. Simon says he still uses flip phone for that reason. Listen, man, I get it, but if you are using flip phones, what are you hiding? Like,
what are you
what's
hiding?
what are you hiding? You know, it's like yeah,
Maybe you just
burner
don't want to be
phones.
monitored.
Like,
What's wrong with that?
no, listen. If you're doing anything that's non legal, yes, get a flip
It-
phone. But if not, it's like
yeah,
people get upset. For example, people get upset like, oh, they're listening to you. So what? What are they listening to me? I'm not doing
it's
anything wrong. Like, I don't care. You're not gonna gain anything from listening to me at all. You might learn how to trade actually if you're listening right now, but you're not gonna get. I don't know the combinations to no secret world passwords of of a lot of money. I don't have that. So what are you gonna gain from it? Absolutely nothing. A
it's
lot of
hard to get
jokes.
around in the world
Yeah.
without a smartphone these days. It
Oh, it's
really
brutal.
is.
Yeah.
So hey, so let's go on a Peter rant for a second. I was just on vacation, right? And I was on vacation, and I just got a data package. I got an eSIM, so I was data only. I had no. I'm like, who? I don't make a phone call. What do I need to make a phone call for? Right? It's all good. So and for the most part, it works. If other people are on an iPhone, they can text me. All that works, but you can't get text. Like actual cell phone texts, right? From
Mm.
any sort of device, which only became a problem when, for instance, we went snorkeling one day at a remote beach, and there are these scooters everywhere. And I'm like, I'm just going to rent a scooter and we'll get ourselves back using the scooter. It's all good. So I go and I scan their QR code and I sign up for their service. And they said, well, we'll text you the code you need to put in to get started. And I'm like, but I can't get your text. So, like, is there an option to email? No, they would only text you or nothing. So I'm like, well, screw it. I won't use your scooter then. Fortunately, like 8 years ago, I'd used one of these companies in San Diego, and I still had their app on my phone, so I was able to load up that app and use that scooter app to get myself. But then I ran into the same thing with the airline. I'm like, trying to, just check in for my flight, like you do from my phone. I was sitting on the beach, da 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 da. Oh yeah, I need to check a bag. I need to pay for that. Well, they send you off to the visa approval. We'll text you your code. I can't get the damn text. So, it's funny how they just assume that you've got services and didn't give you any workaround. You either get
Yes.
you either have the services or you don't. And I thought, interesting how they just made that assumption that I'm going to be able to make it work. It's an old phone. No, well, I'm not sure what Lou's talking about. Anyways, so yeah, the eSIM was great, except when I was trying to, sign up for new services. They want to send you a text to confirm. So, but the Wi-Fi doesn't give you, it doesn't matter. Wi-Fi is not giving you a text message, right? Like, if it's an actual text from a company to confirm your identity,
Uh,
you need cell
you're
service.
right. You need cell service. Yes, that is
You
correct.
need cell service, right?
Unless
And
it's
I
an
didn't sign up for,
iMessage, that's a whole different
which
story, right? Right.
Yeah, like I didn't need for anything else because the whole island works off of WhatsApp. You want to go to a book a reservation at a restaurant or do anything. Apparently, it's all through WhatsApp. So all that worked great. It was only these couple of services where they didn't think it through. Anyways, so
They're
there you
losing on
go.
some business. I got to tell you that. So they got to figure that out. All right,
Yeah.
friends. Let's get to our calendar. Oh, wrong page. I'm looking up some stuff here. Peter, me and you should do this. I think we should do this, me and you. We're not going to be
What's up?
ready for May. This is cross country cycling. We won't be ready for May, so we got to think about next year because that is a lot of miles, like 70 miles a day. Yeah, I'm not ready for that. So, but let's plan for this. Maybe 2027.
What
Cross country cycling. We'll get on our bikes in
May?
Seattle, out in Seaside, and we'll go all the way down to Portland. That'll
God.
be fun.
Like, is this a virtual thing where you just do the equivalent miles, or are we actually
No,
cycling
we actually
across
go
the?
on the bikes over there and we drive across country.
Oh my God.
We'll take a
I
sabbatical
don't.
from the pre-market show, me and you.
That is like June, July. That's my entire summer.
Yeah,
Just cycling across the country.
that's
Not
it.
happening. Thank you. No. I'll I'll happily I'll watch you from here. Put on a little camera
Yeah,
on your helmet
on
there.
the
I'll,
helmet.
I'll yeah, I'll dial right in. I'll talk to you all day.
Yeah.
I'll be in your ear.
Uh,
But sorry.
no,
No, I'm gonna
that's not
that's
happening
my
with,
whole summer.
with my wife. She's not approving that. All right, friends. It is
No.
not Monday. It is Tuesday. So let's bring you in what's going on today. We did
Yes,
have
it
our
is.
onboarding class yesterday. So those that showed up, a lot of people showed up yesterday. Thank you for joining us. We had a great time. If you missed it, the recording is available, and we'll do it again next Monday. But Peter's going to let you know what's happening today on this beautiful Tuesday.
Indeed. So we're going to focus, as we always do on Tuesdays, on our strategy and trade book sessions. We've got a couple of sessions starting with the stuff midday, 11 and 12 o'clock. Phil leads the 11 o'clock session on the small account options trade book. And then at noon, Brendan takes over to talk about the DAS Pro Trader setup. So if you want information on that, those are in the webinar and onboarding room respectively. So onboarding one, the DAS Trader Pro is for all membership levels. You can go and take advantage of that if you're a member, even if you're just using the intro offer to understand how DAS works and how you can best leverage its capabilities. It's a great tool. It's not always obvious how to use it. Phil's got his account option trade book session at 11. And then, of course, tonight we've got our signature event. We're going to talk about how you can use footprint charts to find reversals. Now, I'm a big reversal trader, so I'm looking forward to that. And we got Zach who's presenting tonight, so that'll could be interesting. It'll be interesting to see how Zach identifies and leverages reversals, because that's my bread and butter. So that should be an interesting session coming up this week. And then next week, well, it's going to be me. I'm going to be on the stage. We're going to talk about how you can do the VWAP retest strategy, which is one that I've been using more while we've been watching it at the open here. As if you're if you're out there on YouTube, you know, I've been starting to try and figure out how to play with that. So I'm going to talk to you about how I've developed it, what I'm looking at, and maybe you can get some signals for yourself from that. But that's next week. This week, tonight, we're going to be focused on this footprint charts presented by Zach. So those are our sessions. If you want to join us as a member so you can attend these sessions, you've got to go to barebulltraders.com and you can take advantage of all of the great content we've got, the live chat room every hour that the market's open, and an hour before and an hour after. We're there for you. Carlos, maybe you can scroll down for me. We can get them the offers right on the screen, because we do have a Valentine's Day offer that's still valid. Put in the code LOVE50 and you get 50% off our elite annual membership. So you can take advantage of that, or you could just use the intro, basic, or elite monthly. So whatever you want, they are all there. Carlos, we got some levels to set. We're actually not doing that bad at time. So set some levels. I can tell you. By the way, mods, get your list in. Let us know what
Yeah.
you're looking at. It's a pretty tentative day. I feel like this is one we all got to be watching scanners, but we'll see what the day brings. Whoops.
Yeah, I agree, man. Yeah, it's not a lot to watch today. I only have a couple on here. I have 4: Tesla, AMD, MU, and Amazon. We'll take a look at what's going on there, and we'll be ready for the market open. Here's Tesla, friends. Towards the top, you got plenty of stuff, highs and lows for the last 2 trading days all over the place here, so you don't have to really do much on this daily. Towards the bottom, I am going to mark down the low of the pre-market at 410.15, and then below that, if we go to the left, actually right here, we do have a couple of days here, 407. And then right in this area, I'm going to mark down 401.73. So I think that's pretty good for Tesla. You can mark down the high of the pre-market as well, sitting at 415.62. So we'll slam one there. And then outside that, you're pretty much set when it comes to our good buddy here, Tesla. AMD is next, which has been trading pretty well alongside MU. So I got both of them on here today. I'm going to remove some of the older levels. Low of the pre-market 202.02 is the low of the pre-market for AMD. Towards the bottom, you do have 196.95, and then down here 191.14. Towards the top, highs and lows for the last two trading days, doing an amazing job. You do not need to add anything else. Let's take a look at MU. MU this morning, also looking pretty nice here. As far as the daily goes, let's see if today's going to be another great day. 399.30 is the low of the pre-market. And once you do that, you look at the bigger picture. You're surrounded by many levels here for the last two trading days. So pretty much covered there as far as the highs and lows. High of the pre-market at 409.25. And I think once you do that, you're pretty set. I don't think you need to add anything else. Just the high and the low for MU, and you're all set there. I have Amazon here. I mean, it's pretty much flat. I do like the daily on it. Look at the gap down we had here. We tried to recover, slammed back down, even made a new low compared to when we went to our gap down day here. Setting up a good support. Look at that level, right at 197.26. That is where we're finding a lot of support this morning. Our pre-market low is just above that at 197.64. So we'll mark it there. And then the high of a pre-market over at 200 on the dot. For a pre-market high. So we'll leave it here. Towards the top, you're pretty set. Towards the bottom, in case we lose this support that we're trying to hold on to, I'm just going to go back here. We got to go back some ways. We do have a level right here, 194.48. And that is the best one. Yeah, 194.48. There's a slight one in here. Minor, not a big one, but there is a level here. So you got a lot of days opening, closing right around this 196.23. So we'll mark that down, but that 194 is the big level that I'm seeing there on the daily for Amazon. So there it is, friends, all set on these four. Again, nothing sticks out that's blockbuster this morning. So we'll have to wait and see where the action is going to be at. Peter, what is our team watching this morning?
Yeah, well, they're starting to get their lists in. I know I got mine. I'm going to be watching Tesla, NVIDIA, AMD, like I mentioned, PLTR, Amazon, and I'll keep an eye on the scanners going up. Mike is watching Tesla, AMD, and Micron as well, also on the scanners as always. Brian will be trading live Tesla, PLTR, MSTR, AMD, and NVIDIA. Phil says he's not trading today. Oh, sorry. And by the way, that 11 o'clock session we normally have is not happening. He's got an appointment, so he can't deliver that. So we only have today sessions at noon for the DAS trader, and then at 8 o'clock tonight. So there you go. Thanks, Phil. I should have seen that earlier. Megan is trading live with Peak Capital, so she'll be working with them. Jared's going to be watching Netflix, Micron, MSTR, and SNDK. Interesting. Thor will be watching NVIDIA, Netflix, and Tesla. And we trust that Andrew's going to be here soon to get his list in and let us know what he's watching. AMD is going to be on Gary's list as well as Tesla and NVIDIA. So, plus including a free funding. Carlos, maybe you can help me. I might have given Sean some wrong information here. The little Valentine sticker Sean is pointing out to me says that elite annual membership includes a free funded account.
Yes,
it doesn't say that in the details, but it does say that there.
It does.
So Sean,
it does include
I could be wrong. I did click
it's 100% includes it. Yeah.
Okay. All right. There. Then I am wrong. So it does include a funded trading account. So they might not only, it might be completely free or you can make money off the deal. But yes, it looks like it does. Let me just see, because it doesn't actually say it on the details.
No, because this is the original package, right? So it's not going to be on here, but it is included. Right. It is included. Yeah.
Okay.
So you sign up for that.
There you go. So you heard it here. Account. It's recorded on YouTube, Sean. So if you do sign up, you will absolutely get a free account. Carlos and I have now guaranteed that for you. So there you go. It does include it.
All right. Is the free funded account through Trading Terminal? Yes, it is through Trading Terminal. That is correct.
Okay.
It is through Trading Terminal. All right.
There you go.
All right, friends.
For misinforming you.
Yeah. No, it's a great deal. It's a really good deal. I mean, that alone, guys, is $300, right? And you're paying $1,200 for an annual. I mean, yeah, you can't really beat that. It's awesome. All right, friends, we're all set. We're going to let you go. Brian and Andrew up next here in the chat as they get prepared for this market open. Me and Peter are going to continue on YouTube, and we'll see you guys a little bit later.
Yeah, I gotta go poke Andrew, make sure he's awake and ready to go. You know, he has that
Yeah.
problem where that bed doesn't let him go.
Is he just starts his travels to Vegas? Yeah, I know it's this week, right? I know he's. I thought I saw the post.
No, I
Is he
think it's
started?
next week.
Oh, it's next week. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So that's plenty of time then. All right. Next week is Vegas. All right. So might confirm there. All right, guys. Take care. We'll leave you with Brian and Andrew, and we'll be back a little bit later.
Yeah.
All right, friends. Let's get going here. 1 minute, 5 minute. We'll get everything set up and good to go. I'm excited about today, but I'm not excited with this list. This list is not. Yeah, it's not great at all. But you know, how many days have we started with that, and we turned out to have an amazing day. So, I'm just gonna change some stuff around. We got a little over 5 minutes to the market open.
All right, there we go.
All right, very
Okay.
good.
Flipping over my
Carlos
platforms here.
Yeah. So question from Giovanni. Carlos, DAS can calculate number of shares automatically based on risk and stop loss. Yes, that is the advanced hockey. What's the actual name, Peter? I always mess up the names. Advanced hockey, risk hockey, something like that. What's the actual official name of that hockey?
I do not know.
Yeah, it's long. It's the advanced hockey risk something. But yes, that's a hockey that can do that, and it works very well.
Wow.
It works very, very well.
Okay. Okay. I don't know what the. I keep forgetting every time. If you're in the DAS platform, if you use a 2-minute chart, whenever there's a holiday, you gotta go pull in the extra data.
Yeah, equalized risk per trade. Yes, equalized risk.
Oh, the equalized risk
per trade. Yeah, Christopher. That's at least one of the names that I have heard as well.
All right. So what am I going to put up here? Maybe we'll put micro. I got lots of room because there's not a lot of stuff that I'm watching today. Yeah. Amazon. I've got Amazon up here. What else should I put on the list? People are watching MSTR. I don't think it's going to do anything interesting, but you know, who knows?
Yeah.
Why don't I put it on the list?
Awesome. All right, friends, we're ready. Wart 23238. Welcome to the Lambos and Garbage Truck family, my friend. Good to have you. Glad to see you there. And welcome. All right, friends. Let's see what the action is going to be at today. Let me get my market atlas. Get everything set and good to go. And what am I missing? I feel like I'm missing something. I got Atlas. I got the list. Oh, yeah, put the watch list here. That would make sense. Tesla. EMU. Amazon.
All right. 1 minute.
All right. Let's see how this is going to work out. And where's my trading terminal account? All right, here we go. All right, folks, 30 seconds to the market open. I got Tesla, AMD, MU, and Amazon, and none of them are doing anything spectacular right now. PLTR. I'll put it on the secondary list. Why not? PLTR. AMD long? I don't know yet. I don't know. We'll have to wait for the market open, sees where the volume is, what the price action does. Bell's coming up in 3 seconds here,
Yeah.
and we'll
Yeah. Here we
determine
go.
what do we
Here's
do.
the opening bell. And I'm in 5 trades. No, I'm kidding.
Sounds like the old me. A little flashback action there, you know.
I'm long. I'm short. I'm
Short,
short. I'm
long,
long.
short, long. Oh, I
No,
say
I'm
max
okay.
loss. I mean, let me
Short,
go
long. Yeah,
cry
long,
my sorrows.
short, short. And I've lost all my money on that.
Oh
All
man.
right.
All right, here we go, friends. What do we have? We have Tesla doing some stuff here. AMD getting volume. MU as well. See what the action is. Rising Devil and AMD. I don't know. I don't know. Don't know.
Yeah, I don't want to go chasing AMD then. I was thinking that. I was actually thinking that, going short at the VWAP, but I don't
Yeah.
want to go chasing it because I just don't. The market was pushing higher a
Yeah.
little bit, and it made me uncertain. If the market was looking weak, then I would have jumped into AMD short. But being that the SPY was, green and pushing a little bit, and as you can see, good thing I didn't. So. All right. So yeah, good to wait. Now
Yeah.
Tesla was weak, pretty much weak right from the open here. Remember, 400. That's an important number, I think, for
Yeah.
Tesla to see if it holds. And I mean, we're still a little ways away from that, but and MSDR popping higher. CoreWeave also popping.
Everything's getting a little bit of a pop here. Here's MU. MD had a nice 1 minute engulfing. But it's tough taking it below the VWAP for me. But that was nice. Let's see if it can hold here. Coming back down to test the moving averages, the 9, the 20, the VWAP on here. And I'll take a
All
look
right.
and see how Atlas looks on AMD.
Where's my I gotta get
Oh, it looks bearish on AMD. Looks
Atlas
more bearish
on.
than bullish on AMD, and you can see it reacting. All right.
Yeah. AMD is it had popped up there. It's just yeah, it's a tough trade to take.
Yeah, it's a little messy. Back down here. Yeah, you know what? I'm waiting 5 minutes.
I
I'm waiting for things to settle down. It's just all over the place right now, and everything really. Tesla's the only one that got an actual nice drop, with some
yeah.
continuation down to 407, and looks to want to go lower, but careful
I
on the
did
chase
jump
here.
in with a small short on AMD. Big range though. Stop will have to be if it gets up to the the high there, the 203.40. So because it's really just sort of bouncing around here. I don't know what AMD is going to do.
Yeah, it's all over the place. Even the Atlas, you could tell is bearish. Now it looks bullish. I mean, it's just really all over the place. So
Yeah. Yeah. I don't love it. I don't love it. I mean, those orders down at 200, that's where I was hoping that it would go to and give me a short down to that level, but
Apple
the
looks good.
market is
Yeah.
still the market is still pushing higher here, so that's interesting.
Oh man, yeah. Apple is going. Bats, you call this out. You call this engulfing. I tuned to it a little bit too late, but you called it engulfing here in the 1 minute. Nice pullback. I was kind of waiting for like a 5 minute, right? Because I came too late to the party already here.
Oh,
So, but it's pushing nicely. Let's see if it can go. Got a couple of orders at 260
oh,
on Atlas.
there, I gotta get out. That's a big pop higher, so I got stopped out of that trade. That didn't work out.
Yeah, it's messy. Coming up on the 5 minute, guys. Here, let's see what we got. Um, Spy's trying to go green. Did go green there for a second. Back into the red. Is the previous day close going to act as resistance, or are we going to break through? This is the question here.
Wow. Yeah, it looks like we're pushing higher, so that
Yeah, higher looks to be.
I still think AMD is interesting how it's moving here with absolutely no volume.
Yeah, this candle is very light on volume, especially this candle on
Yeah,
AMD. Look how low that volume was. Oh, there it is. It's just got better.
I know.
124, but it's very low to start out. Just sold Apple. Yeah, Apple's climbing higher. Looks, and if you look at the Atlas on Apple, it looks very bullish compared to other things I'm looking at. Right, you can see it here. Got a lot of orders up there, up to 260. So I might want to go for that if the SPY does not do anything funky and mess it up here. But the SPY is going green, so that's gonna actually help that. Yeah, same thing. I don't see a whole lot that's looks great. That's why I haven't really taken a trade here. Because some stuff look better, sure, but then the SPY is pushing up, and I don't know. Here's Tesla above the VWAP. What's the plan, Tesla? Da, da, da. Tesla. Tesla's got some stuff going on here. See, I like this VWAP breakout here. I think it's a little bit early for it, but I also like the engulfing on the 5 minute. So those two things are lining up.
My
Let's check.
goodness.
Let's check Atlas. Oh, wrong spot. 5 minute engulfing on Tesla. Stop 409 if we go here. 409.83 is $2 stop. So we have to.
Weird. It's so weird. The P&L is not keeping up. There we
Your
go. Come
P&L?
on. Yeah, it's
The
I'm
data
just
is funky,
watching.
man.
The data is a little
Like
it's making
even
me
the,
nervous here.
yeah. I'm gonna go long Tesla here, guys. Stop at 409.78. Let's see if we can get the breakout. So again, $2 stop on this one. I'm hoping that the VWAP can hold it up here. So take less shares. Again, you don't got to take a boatload on this stuff. But yeah, notice that, Peter, the data is weird on that because some of the volume was showing really low, and then out of nowhere it just jumped up. And I saw that on AMD, and I saw it on another stock happen as
Right.
well. So I wonder if the disconnection we got this morning is because we usually don't see that. So I wonder if
No.
things are related and acting funky today.
I'm because I'm short AMD at just under 205, and I'm looking
Mm-hmm.
for a nice big move down here back to the VWAP. 203 would be where I want to go, but it's just like I was trying to follow my P&L, and it's like according to what I was seeing on the bid and ask, I should have been well green, but it was
Mm-hmm.
showing that I was red on the P&L. So like, and now it just came out and stopped me out at break even again. So it's just a strange
Yes.
strange situation here.
Uh, let's see.
Yeah.
took the same trade long on my funded account as well.
Mm.
On Tesla. So I took the same trade on Tesla on this on the funded account also. Let's see if that works. All right.
I'm
Um,
so not used to the spread being like 30 cents here on AMD.
mm,
It's, look at Tesla's gone above the VWAP.
yeah, I'm hoping we can go get above that 414. At least that will bring us to at least to 1R. But it is struggling at the moment.
Yeah.
All right, come on, Tesla. You can do it. Let's get up there.
Mm-mm-mm. Mm-mm. Oh, see now, are you gonna go
Oh,
now, AMD? Come on, man.
Mojito, that is rough, man. It happens. It happens. Yeah, you trade long enough, you're gonna come across those things. It
That's
happens.
it. Yeah, you get
I
your
hate
good
I hate it.
trade, and then you
Oh,
look and you're like, I'm in the wrong account. Sometimes that could be a blessing, but you generally don't want to be doing the wrong thing, even if
and
it works out,
it
right?
usually happens. I don't hide my P&L anymore, but I used to, because you go through all these
Right,
psychological things like, oh, I gotta hide the P&L and not let it. So you probably was hiding
right.
the P&L or have it somewhere separate. Because if you're looking at it, you see the account number right away, you realize, oh, man, I'm in the wrong account. Hopefully, have enough time to make the switch.
Well,
But
unless
if you're
unless
hiding
you,
the P&L,
yeah,
the worst part is when you pull up and you're like, wait, what?
yeah.
Yeah, it
Unless you
sucks, man.
don't put the account number on there. If so, you might want to consider adding the account number to
Oh, that's true
your
too, because
P&L
you could
data.
take. Yes,
Yeah,
that's
you can
true.
change
Yep.
all those settings. Yeah.
True, true, true.
So, oh, AMD,
Spice
what do you,
dropping
where?
again. It's not gonna help my
Yeah.
trade, man. I need I need everything going north to help this trade because we got a good
You
setup.
you
Good
might
five
get
minute
it.
ORB.
You
Yeah,
might
good
get
five
it.
minute ORB on the engulfing, so that's nice. Above the VWAP, which is nice as well here. So nice little breakout, but we're just stuck. All right, there it is. Spy's doing something. Come on, let's get up there.
Mm,
I do see the spy, the
mm, mm,
Atlas.
mm.
It is a little bullish. I just think that we need a little bit more help from the spy. I think on this one. So let's
Oh,
see.
see now AMD is going to hit that 203 that I was looking for. I'm not in
Mm,
it. I got out to break even.
damn,
That's too
damn.
bad.
Yeah, yeah,
That's too bad for me. Oh well, look at that. Ah, I had the direction of the move correct overall. I
yeah,
just
yeah.
couldn't stick in it. Too wild for me.
Uh, all right, Tesla going against us here. Let's see if we can stay above the VWAP. That's the plan. MU, Amazon. Let's go look at our secondary list. I got silver, CoreWeave, nothing. PLTR. PLTR not bad. Similar setup here. 1 minute engulfing in this case. And then did trade very nice above the VS. So that was okay. Ah, here's Tesla's gonna stop me out. Yep, I gotta get out on Tesla. 409.78 is my stop. Wow, we got there really fast. So we're right on my stop. I don't want to have no more slippage. Nope, I'm getting out. I'm gonna bail out on Tesla here. So we'll take a hit, and I'm gonna get out on my funded account as well, because I am trading it on my funded account. And oh man,
Ah, meanwhile, I'm upset that I got out of the trade that I was in.
yeah, yeah. This would have worked out very nice. 202 for
And it
you.
worked.
It worked out perfect.
Yeah, but that's the way it goes, right? If you can't stay with it.
Uh, so, so, okay. I gotta get faster at that. What is going on?
I'm in like a cleaning mode. I was cleaning all day yesterday.
Oh yeah.
I was still cleaning things.
What did I do wrong? I did something wrong. I
I
gotta
was
figure
getting
this
rid of
out.
stuff. Oh, look at this. Now we're down below 202. Oh, Carlos, this would have been a brilliant trade.
This would have been a
I was
great
in it.
trade.
Look at hold on, let me put it on the screen for you guys. Maybe
Yeah, bring
Carlos
it up.
can
Let's see what you got there.
up there. You can see. So AMD, my first one was a really small trade where, whoops, here you go, where I went short, you can see, and then got stopped out way up here at the high of day. And that's okay. Because again, it was a small trade, so I wasn't worried about that. I went short again, and then it popped a little higher. But then I saw it hesitate, like it just couldn't get through 205. So I went short a third time, but now I was a little nervous because it was my third attempt at it. And it moved down and almost got to the 204 and then popped right back up. This was like very fast, this move here. So I just let myself get stopped out. And of course, now is when the move
Ah,
happened. So if I'd shown a little more patience,
yeah,
right, I could have been in it for this nice big move, which would have been a great trade. But I'll get better at that. I'm still working. Still working on it. Bats Wayne, you never seen anyone clean their microphone before? There you go. There you go. It's see, we provide firsts here for you. Anyways, it's just a shame. It's not a big deal, you know. It's just a lost opportunity. So I'm
yeah,
sitting red on the day because of the first loss. Well, the first two losses, I guess, really. And
yeah,
but not big. I'm like 1 R total down, so it's no big deal.
yeah. I am down as well in my Tesla trade, and we'll see what is next here. AMDMU. Uh, funded account. Yeah, my fund. I don't know what I did. I'm still in my funded account. So I guess I hit the wrong button. But when I got out,
Hmm.
right, I took the same trade I did here long. But when I got out, it put me short. All I hit was sell.
Oh,
So I must have done something
oh,
wrong. Not a lot, like
you got it
31
too much.
shares. So I guess I forgot to do something. I don't know. Like, let's look at the
Yeah,
history. I
got to
bought,
figure that out.
yeah, 69, and then I sold 100. So that's 31. Oh, okay, I see what I did. I didn't
That would have been
adjust the
beautiful.
quantity properly. That's what happened. Okay, I see what I did. All right. Oh, maybe we'll make some money to the downside. We'll take it. Why not? Why doesn't this happen in my real account? Why
Oh,
can't I
look
make
at that.
mistakes that make money in my real account, huh? Come on, man. When I make mistakes in the actual account, I lose. Jeez.
Oh, I was so right. So right, Carlos.
Ah, look at this. I'm gonna make some
Oh
money
well.
off this mistake here. So let's go ahead
Oh.
and. Okay, I see what I did. So I gotta hit position. I forgot to hit position so it can match up the number of shares I actually have open. So gotta be more careful. All right, so let's see here. 1 minute. All right, friends. I was this in Batswing. That was completely a coincidence. I don't know how that happened. I know how that happened. I bought 50%. 50% of whatever this was, right? 50% buying power of 419 came out to 69 shares. Oh, man, I didn't even notice that. That's funny. That is funny. All right, I'm going to let's sell half. What the heck? Let's sell half just in case this bounces. Why not? Uh, actually just do it here. Oh no. What am I doing? I
Oh
guys do not
no.
pay attention
What,
to what am I I am I'm an idiot. I'm
what are
adding.
you doing, Carlos? What's going on, man?
I got a
It's like a
partial.
Monday.
I
You
got a
got
partial.
you got
Now I don't got
Monday.
to sell. I got a partial. I'm so sorry. All right, so here it
You
is.
just you just added into it.
I just added. Yeah, I just noticed that, Peter. I'm like, what am I doing?
Uh,
I'm an idiot. Oh, because I
uh.
did. I don't know why I hit sell. That was stupid. All right, so let's do partial. You know what? I don't do this because right, we use hotkeys, Peter. Right, so we're not used to like you don't put anything manually in, right? on Dash?
No. Well, I did the first trade I did because I just went in with a small size because I was just testing it out.
Okay.
But the rest, you're right. I just do
It's all
I
hotkeys
just
for
do the
me. So
automatic, put my stop, and yeah, buy me however many shares.
yeah, screw this up here. See if we can actually drop it and at
Uh,
least get out of break even. Yeah, I'm fumbling the funded account. I'm fumbling the funded account. That's exactly what I'm doing. I'm trading like a pure garbage truck. I'm so glad this is happening in the funded and not in my actual account. So let's get it all out here. Let's leave it there. Although I'm trying to win.
No, it's
I'm, try-
working.
I'm,
It's
I'm
working
trying to
out.
win.
It's dropping
Yeah.
here. Come on, let's get to 407, and then you can take a
Yeah, take
partial.
a
Take
part.
some
Yeah.
of that
Actually, you know what? I'm going to submit.
size off. There you go. There,
there it
go.
is.
Boom.
Partial.
Take it.
Here, I'm actually going to partial 25 here. Everything's good. Partial.
Oh, look at
Yes.
that. Look at that
And
move.
make
Oh
sure.
no, AMD.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, I was
Oh,
right there,
no.
Carlos. Oh, that's so
Oh,
painful.
man.
Don't you
That's a
hate
big
that?
trade. That's a big trade, man. That's a
That
big
was
trade.
great. I had the right idea. Right
Ah,
idea. Wrong
anyone
execution
short, guys?
again.
And anyone short on this move? The market is selling off. Made a new low of the day, and all I'm in is in my funded account. I don't have any trades at the moment. Wow. Amazon MU is still at the VWAP. I'm looking to see what can I join short. Clearly, there's weakness right now in the market, so trying to see what can I join short here. MU is the best one for me. Yes, MU is the best one. I'm gonna try it. Actually, no.
Oh, one. Oh, I'm
No, let's
so
see.
upset. So upset. You know when you're in the right spot and then it just. Oh my goodness. Oh well. What are you gonna do?
Yeah, I'm thinking MU, guys. What do you guys think? Let's see if it pulls back and is the market gonna continue to sell off? This could be a good one, at least to the 397. Here it is, a nice pullback. Oh man,
Short
402 would be a
PLTR.
great entry. 402.
You're short Google. Yeah, just be
Oh,
careful chasing these. I don't know how long these
yeah.
shorts are going to last, but
I'm getting so ready for a short MU. Um, it's just I don't want the SPY to like swing up and then I'm immediately stopped out when when I take this
right.
this short MU. So I keep looking over to see what the SPY, what is its intentions here. But then it's like if you wait, then you miss the entry, right? If it's gonna sell off. All right, I'm gonna try it.
Right.
Go short now here on MU. Let's see if the SPY can make a new low. Stop loss above the VWAP. This is actually for this one, guys. You gotta give it even more room than you do with Tesla. We were talking about that. We were gone, Peter. We were talking about that with John. How much room you got to give MU? It's not your regular 50-cent stock anymore. Like it can move $3, $4. So you got to give it, enough space for the risk. Okay, it might be working, guys. Let's see. So short MU. Would like to get the low of the day, 396.70. That's now learn from this. Learn how good my execution was. Do not learn from the funded account fumble. This is how I execute.
The funded account fumble.
The funded account fumble. I like that. I like that.
Okay.
Oh, all right. Come on. Let's see. Oh, yeah. SPY is in our favor right now. Let's go make a new low. 396.81. At least want to get down there so I can try to get at least 2 hours. We need to make the numbers work. Just don't know if we're gonna get it.
Thor apparently went short AMD, so he had the idea with me. He just executed better. Looks like
nice.
he
Well, I'm surprised you
Oh,
didn't
look at
get back
that.
in up there. Because you usually will give that another shot. I mean, maybe you wasn't looking at it no more, but
Yeah.
you will usually
I
get
think it's
back
because
in.
it was my third time. I had already sort of, you know, struck
Okay.
out.
Yeah.
So I should have though. Clearly. How many days have I been here saying the same story, right? Where I had the right idea. I just
Yeah.
wasn't able to hold through the move. So I'm working on that. But at least I had the right idea.
Yeah. But you're good at it because your strikeouts are a lot of them are at break even again. So although it's a
Right.
loss,
Yeah.
it's not a full blown loss as far as a 1R
No.
loss, right? It's like a break even. You lose a little bit in commission, a little bit slippage, whatever. So you could try something like four, 5 times. It's a lot. It might sound dangerous and risky, but as far as the dollar amount, you're still managing good risk. It sucks no matter what. Don't get me wrong. So I'm saying this, it's okay.
Right.
We always want to win, but um, just for those out there that are listening in, wow, you got stopped out 3 times. Did you lose $750? No, a lot of it is, at that
Yeah.
break even. Come on, MU. Spy's dropping. Why are you not helping me out here? Let's drop. On the other hand, I wish I would have taken this on my actual account. Here's Tesla. I'm going to take another partial
Mm.
here, friends. So we'll
Yeah.
do, make sure you click the blue and then make sure
You
you
got
send
the
the partial. There it is. Very nice. And
AMD.
we're,
AMD. You're killing me, buddy.
oh man,
Oh
MD.
well.
Oh, wow. Going to our next level, 196.95. What is this? A daily level looks like. Let's see what it does there. Oh, it's going right to it. Oh, partial, Peter, right here. uh, oh man, that is something else. MU is struggling, guys. MU is just struggling. I should just get out here, put some money in the account, but Spy's dropping and MU like wants no part of it.
Mm.
Yeah, look at that. The minute Spy goes up, MU's reacting very aggressively. Let's see what it does. Okay. Tesla's working out pretty nice. MU, not so nice. Our stop is above the VWAP. I'm trying to get down here. And the reason for that is, some people think, oh, why not take partials here? Because the amount of risk, right? I risked enough to go to like 403.50. So when you have that risk, I at least want to get, close to 2, right? To make it worth. So
Yeah.
I'm risking this to try to make this. Can I make 1R? Yes, but
Right.
then the math in the long run doesn't cover the losers, and we need
Right.
we need the winners to cover the losers, right? So I'm willing to take that risk. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, but I want the numbers to kind of pan out here. Now we're retail traders, so we have flexibility. If I start seeing something here that tells me, hey man, the chances of you getting down here are not high, we're okay to take it all right here at 1R. We're okay to do that. We're not stuck with rules that we have to be strictly following when things are going. When you got enough information that, hey, what you thought was going to happen is not going to happen, you can change your strategy, right? That's okay to do that. But let's see. Spy's making a new low, I think. Trying. Okay, here it is. Okay. MU. Submit. Bend the knee and submit. Submit to what's happening
Bend
here.
the knee.
Bend
Bend
the
the
knee.
knee.
Come on, man. Submit.
Carlos.
Oh. All right, this is close
God,
enough.
I'm
There we
so
go. Partial.
frustrated at this,
I
Carlos.
know, Peter. I know.
Oh my God. Oh
I
well.
know.
What can
Oh,
you do?
partial here as MU goes finally to a new low.
There you go. Good.
All
Well
right, so we
done.
got our 2R. Let's see if we can get any more.
Smart.
And
Smart. Smart. Smart.
very good, very good. All right, let's see. What's the next
So
level?
I'm in the middle of this
Mm-hmm.
push-up challenge. I'm doing it for charity.
You've done
I
that
gotta
before.
do
What day are you
Yeah, I
in?
do it every year, every February. We're in day 13. Um, day 13 of the push-up challenge. So I got to get my push-ups in. So I'm
So
feeling like since
is
I'm
day
frustrated.
13, day 13,
Yeah.
13 push-ups? Is that what it is? Like, or is it like,
No, no, no. It's
okay.
today's actually is pretty light. It's only 64 push-ups. But I have a couple of days I have to catch up on from when I was on the beach and I didn't complete my quota.
Mm,
So yeah. I've already uh
got it.
I've already got 50 in. I gotta drop and give me 20 because it'll help work out my frustration. So
Yeah,
I'll be right back.
do it, do it. All right. All right, as Peter does his push-ups there, we're hoping that we can get some more. Here's our MU tray on the funded account. How nice. I'm sorry, our Tesla tray. So that worked out pretty good. We made you know what, this trace a couple of errors here. We got out by mistake. We got out too much because we didn't update our quantity. Then we wanted to get out. We wanted to
Ooh.
partial, and we added more. Peter's back,
Oh,
and
is
then
my face red? Is my face red? My face is red.
a little bit. Yes, 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 yes.
Yeah,
Um,
that was hard.
yeah, and here it is. So maybe take another partial here on our funded account. We'll take 25 off. Why not? Yeah, let's do it. Want to protect that profit. Let's go. All right. Um, guys, you should do the funded account. This is you should be able to make money with the funded account. I mean, just trade small. You see the way I'm trading this day. I'm trading here live for you. Very small, very calm. Don't average down. Don't do any of the stuff that's gonna jeopardize your account here, right? Like, I can tell how many times people will average down here to not take the loss. Just take the loss. Take the loss. Move on. Find another opportunity. You guys should do this. If you can make money here, you have a better chance of making money in a real account, right? So give it a shot. Um, I think it's gonna help a lot of traders get from sim into live trading. If that's if that's what you want to do, which I think a lot of us that when they start out, that's the plan, right? That's the plan, is to get to the live trading account eventually. So give it a shot. And then we have a lot of people that have a live account and they're trading it, but then they're doing it for fun. Like they're taking trades that they wouldn't take in their live account. Like, gotta be careful with that too, because then you can end up blowing up. Yes, Simon. Yeah, you gotta. Yes, you have to. If you're still blowing up sim accounts, yeah, you gotta make money in sim first. You know, you gotta make money in sim first, then do the funded account, and then do the live account. Because if you cannot make money in sim when there's no somewhat psychological pressure, you're not gonna make money once you start putting some skin in the game. It's just not magically gonna change something, right? In fact, it's gonna be harder on your psychology. Um, MU trying to make a new low. I thought the move was gonna be over here, but it looks like it wants to go lower. 395. Oh man, we'll love that. We'll take another partial at 395. Ah, look at Peter. You inspired Basics 10101 to do push-ups as well. So he did his also. There you go.
Oh,
Are you doing the
okay.
challenge
There you
as
go.
well?
That's good.
Basics?
That's good.
Are you doing the challenge also? Is it a local challenge, Peter, or is it like a national?
No, it's global. It's
It's
started in
global.
Australia.
Oh, nice.
Started in Australia, and we adopted it here in Canada a couple of years ago. And yeah, it's I don't know how many people around the world are doing it. Tens of thousands, if not more.
Mm.
Let's see.
I
I
am.
mean, my team has like
Mhm.
I don't know how many people are on my team. There's like let's see. My team has done 13,990 push-ups between us
Jeez. Yeah.
so far.
Nice. Nice.
So,
Nice.
but yeah, I
That's
mean,
awesome.
it's actually gotten pretty big. It's good. I mean, it's really just to bring awareness to mental health charities, and of
Yeah.
course as a fundraiser. But we do it more for the awareness. They got a little app which is pretty cool. The app sort of you can track your progress, and it gives you a little facts on mental health facts for the day. According to today's fact, this is not a mental health fact, but Carlos, what percentage of the world do you think uses social media?
What percentage?
Of the world population uses social media?
I gotta say it's lower than what I think it is. I want to say 40%.
Hmm. Well, according to this, assuming this fact is correct, it's a little higher.
Mm.
It's 64%. So today's
Oh,
push-up goal is 64 push-ups because that represents the 64% of people around the world that use social media. So
that's a lot higher than I thought. Yeah,
mm,
that's a lot
there you go.
higher.
All right.
Social media is very powerful. Guys, I am out of MU. I don't like the way the SPY is moving here, so I took everything off
Mm.
here. I didn't want it to bring it back to break even. I want to just lock in the profits, and so we're all out on that one. And yeah, we'll see. SPY is reversing, and I don't know if MU is going to go any lower. I don't think we're going to get to that 395, but we'll see. Um, although AMD continues lower, making a new low right now. Tesla also making a new low, even with the SPY moving higher. Tesla is moving lower, trying to make a new low here. Um, let's see what we can get.
So unfortunate for me.
I
Oh
know,
well,
I know.
look at that. Hey, I'm still working on my timing, my confidence at the open. It's funny, eh? Because I mean, you think later in the day, I have this huge confidence when I find my mountain pass type trades, just jump right
Mm-hmm.
into them. Don't even give them a second thought. At the open, you don't realize how much you can get into a comfort zone, and that makes other things uncomfortable. Because I'm just not. I'm still. We've been doing this for what, a year now? I've been trying to trade at the open. Maybe not quite.
Yep.
Still working on it. It's amazing. Amazing. Slow to adapt.
YouTube claimed in court last week that they're not a social media company, so this doesn't count. Yeah, YouTube technically is not a social media company. It's a media company. It's not
Hmm.
social. Social. So, and a lot of companies that were social. I saw funny. I saw an article on this. A lot of companies that were social are moving more to just media consumption, right? Because if you think of social media, it's supposed to be social where you're interacting with other people, right? Like for example, like Facebook. Facebook is like clearly a social media company, right? You go in there, you keep track of your families, back and forth, and now if you look at Instagram, it's becoming
Yeah.
just consumption, right? Just media. There's nothing social about it, you know. So yeah,
Huh.
there's this. I think that it needs to be redefined. There's no social on any of these on a lot of these things anymore. It's just media, you know? YouTube is definitely social media. Nah, I don't
I don't
think
know.
it is.
I think I would call YouTube social media because
Yeah?
the content
What's
is
social
made
about it?
by individuals. Well, it's like random people putting on videos of
Mm-hmm.
things. What's different between that and an Instagram or I mean, where do you put the boundaries? Like Snapchat is
Yeah.
just shorter videos. Instagram is just pictures. What I mean,
Yeah, and I think that needs to
if
be
is X
redefined.
social media?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's
I
like,
don't I don't know.
anyways,
I don't know.
all the
MySpace used to
lines
be
are
social
blurred.
media. And Facebook
Yeah.
I think used to be social media, but now it's like um
Anyways, well,
it's more consumption,
it
I
doesn't
think,
really
right?
matter what you call it, does it? At the end of the day, it's the impact it has
Yeah.
that I guess matters more than anything. So,
Very true, very true. I have my Tesla trade. Let's see what it does. Is it?
ugh.
I don't see that. I don't see YouTube being as TikTok. TikTok is so powerful too, man. I didn't realize how powerful this thing is. It is incredible how much influence TikTok has on things.
What I don't understand is the buying. Maybe I'm just an old man here, but People saying,
What do you
well, if
mean?
you know, remember when they were cutting off TikTok and people are saying, well, it'll ruin my business because I do, whatever, 50% of my business through TikTok or
Mm-hmm.
whatever. People had their entire business. I I have never bought anything from any social media
Ah,
platform.
that we're not their
Again, maybe
target.
I'm
We're
just
not their
old, but
target audience.
I guess
we're not the
not.
target
But
audience. No, 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 we're
like,
not. But yeah, man, it's huge. It's huge, and not just that, just even the ad revenue too, right? But yeah, if you sell something on there, it's crazy.
yeah.
Mm. Well, TikTok figure out is the algorithm is really good. That's what YouTube and those were able to figure out. Um, and Instagram is getting really good. YouTube Shorts, they suck. They're not great. But Instagram, yeah, you could watch. No, it is. It's just it's if you look at TikTok, the way they grab you and the way Instagram grabs you in their shorts is awesome. YouTube is getting a lot better, but they suck. We put up YouTube Shorts, and it's like, whatever. You put Instagram short or TikTok short, man, it goes. The algorithm is really
Okay.
nice.
All right.
Um,
Oh, all right.
and now YouTube is gonna downgrade our channel because I said that and they read it and they heard it. So if you don't see us on here next week, you know what happened. You just say, "Oh yeah, you're gonna make fun of my platform."
Yeah,
Let's
that's
block
right.
you.
Annoy the algos. Don't annoy the algos.
Don't do that. Oh man. Ah, MU. I got out of MU, but it looks like it was gonna head lower. I got cold
I
feet.
mean, it did move back up pretty aggressively there, so I
It did.
understand.
It did. And if you look at the SPY, like the SPY was doing all of this, I'm like, looks like we might be going the other way
Yeah.
heavily. And it actually came back somehow. So actually came back. AMD reversal? I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm horrible at reversals, but I unless I see the SPY, moving nicely the other way, I will be
Yeah.
careful because you don't want that pressure from the overall market downwards. I mean, I wouldn't. I could be completely wrong. This thing
Right.
can head up and hit
Yeah.
204 for all we know. But if I was going to take a reversals, which I don't, I want the SPY on my side. Um, the market sucks today. I'm done. I mean, yeah, it's rough. But you know what? There were some okay
You
moves.
know,
There were some okay
it
moves.
did
You had a
make
lot
a
of good
good move.
shorts.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
now it's tough. Like looking for an entry now in the last half hour has not been easy because it's going
Well,
sideways right now.
and today's maybe a good example of like we came in the morning, of course, with the market being down, and we said don't be too short biased. And look at the market did at the open, right? It sort of did that
Yeah,
head fake where it was like making you think that maybe it was going to go higher. I mean, it did end up being a short market, but it sort of gave a hard time to get there. So
yeah,
that's why I'm not too hard on myself. Like I was short bias. I did at least I had the direction right. I just didn't have I personally didn't have the fortitude to hold in there, which is a shame because then the big move happened right after I got stopped out. So Carlos, good for you for following up on a couple of trades. You're able to take advantage of a late
yeah,
trade, and that's just the way it goes. So wait and see. There's later moves if you're trading all day. This is so early. It's just the beginning. There's lots of day to go for me, so lots of opportunities. We'll see. I mean, there might be nothing, but I still think that the you know
yeah,
Apple. Look at Apple. It's
yeah.
held up here, didn't it, compared to everything
It didn't
else?
sell off. Mm-hmm.
Apple. Remember we were talking about this like couple before I left on vacation. Apple always likes to jig
Do his
when the
own
market
thing.
jogs.
Yeah, do
It,
his
it,
own
it keeps
thing.
going
Mm-hmm.
the opposite direction. It's amazing how it does this so consistently. It's almost like you need to look at the market and say, whatever the market's doing, I'm going to go the opposite way in Apple, because that typically seems to be what happens.
Yeah, yeah. Is this a start of a bear trend? I don't think so, man. I mean, I don't know. But if you look at the overall market, if you look at the SPY, I mean, what we did, we're still hanging out right here, right? Like we're still hanging out here. Last time we went from here in a matter of 1 or 2 days, we were right back up at all-time high. So I don't think uh, we're there yet. And what does it needs to be considered to be a bear market, right? Like I think it's a percentage where officially it's a bear market. Um, I think people are just concerned with, with it losing this level. But I'm like, we're just at 650 not so long ago. Like in November, we were there, right? And what was the big deal? We came back pretty quickly. So
Right.
I don't know. I think when everybody's waiting for a bear market, that's when the bear market doesn't happen. So I think people are being too
Yep.
conservative and concerned of when is the next shoe going to drop. And I think that is when it doesn't happen. Again, it's just market is weird like that. Um, So I don't know. And earnings are coming in good. Like you're not getting bad earnings, right? Now, yes, the companies are not blowing the doors off, but you're not getting bad earnings out of the big guys, right? All you're getting is, yes, Amazon spent too much money on AI, but yeah, it's a bad thing because they spend more than what they're expecting. But it's a good thing if it works out in the future, right? So these companies are coming out with good earnings, right? And when you have that, I don't think you really can have a bear market per se that easily. Well, you can always have a bear market no matter what. And you don't need a reason. But for the most part, I don't think things are that bad just yet. So we'll see.
Right.
We'll see how the cookie crumbles here. What do you guys think? This is my opinion. Um, yes, no, maybe so. I personally don't trade options. Neither does Peter. We got a couple of people in the chat that
No.
do. Brian, Jared. Brian's actually got a book. How to trade options. So, and how to swing trade. So they got some stuff that they do with options. But we will see. What will cost? Because the jobs. One of the things that people are talking about now is the job numbers, right? And the impact that certain events, political or not, are going to have on the job numbers and things like that. So we're talking about that this morning. We'll see how that plays out. But again, these companies keep making money. Banks keep making money. Everybody's making money. So how can you have a
As the
recession when
bank.
everybody's
Banks
making
are always
money?
making money.
Right, but they're making money. Everybody's making money. And I think they always make more than what they even report, these guys, right? So it's like, I don't know. Hard to have a recession when things are not as bad. All right, I don't see anything happening. Spy's trying to put a candle here, so Spy just shot up. I should take another partial on my funded account. Why not? Let's do that. Let's take some more off here, just in case. Another partial. How many we have left? 27 units left. Okay, here's the SPY now pushing higher. Look at that. Is that gonna affect some tickers? Apple did break out on this SPY move here. So Apple's breaking out to 261. Very nice. Amazon looking to break out. MU did come back. Did test the low of the day again. Made a new low and then came back. So it did push lower here. Wish it would have been there for that. I was looking for 395, but that it's okay. Look at the reversal now coming in here. All right. Looks like the market is listening to what we're saying and agrees. Say, you know what, Carlos is right. There's no reason for us to sell off. Let's go back to all-time highs. Oh, there's no reason for a sell-off today. Look at MU. MU at the VWAP. I'm just gonna get everything out on my funded account. There we go. And let's focus in on MU here, friends. Let's see what we got going on. MU. What do we have? AMD coming back. Tesla coming back as well. What do you guys think of Amazon? Previous day close breakout. VWAP breakout here. It's a lot happening towards the high of the day. Or at least 200. Volume is just not there on it, I think.
Yeah, AMD's coming back. Tesla's pushing back up. So we did hit that bottom and we're bouncing back. Well, I hope you guys had a good morning so far. It's a little now things are well, we got to see what's going to happen. This is usually when we get into chop with these types of moves. Let's see Apple though. Apple's just hit a high on some volume, so I want to see where it's going to go. Pull back and a retest. It is a potential. We're in the zone for the Mountain Pass, but we got to see. Apple's a tough one.
Yeah,
All right.
Apple's nice breakout.
So
That's
totally
right, Lunar
random.
Year, guys. Happy Lunar Year.
Oh yeah,
That's right.
Yeah,
It's today.
celebrating
Yes.
the. That's right.
It's Chinese,
Apparently
right?
the
Chinese.
the Chinese New Year and the Chinese markets I think are closed all week as a result of that. Not that we see
Okay.
much of an impact in the North American markets from the Chinese markets, but could be why the all the Chinese stocks were popping up a little bit here. Because they don't have the move of the Chinese markets to support them. So, all right.
So yeah, and that's nice. What's the year?
So my wife and I.
Is this when they do before you get to that period? Is this when they do the year of something, right? Like they do the year of an animal or a thing. What's this year's thing? Do they have it yet or no?
I'm sure somebody out there.
Anybody from
It's
China?
got to be.
Horse.
It's
The year of the horse.
something.
Oh, the year of the horse. Okay.
Okay.
Look at that.
Yeah. Let's see. Yeah.
Fire horse. All right. Cool, man. Cool.
Yeah. Let's see here. Let's see. 2026, the year of the horse. Wow. When's the last year of the horse was in 2014. Okay. There you go.
All right. Here, you saying something you and your wife are doing?
Arguing? No.
I did not say that. I said something you and your wife are doing, not arguing.
Okay.
Something you and your wife are doing.
That's all right. We can argue about things. That's all good.
Of course.
But no, we binge watched The Lincoln Lawyer this weekend, which is on Netflix. Netflix is making me think of that. The move on Netflix. We like that show. It's a decent show. But if you haven't watched The Lincoln Lawyer and plan to, what I want you to randomly do is watch any of the shots outside the courthouse. There's a number of different shots just randomly outside the courthouse with the cast going back and forth. There is one extra that they've used. We saw it in at least 3 different scenes, 3 shots where they used the same extra. The same geeky looking dude with a backpack who I'm sure they just said, walk natural. And he's got like robot arms as he walks. Anyways, we thought it was funny because they had 2 day scenes and 1 night scene. We saw the same extra walk by and we're like, that dude was hanging out for I don't know how many days or all day as they shot these different scenes to just get himself in, as an extra in these scenes. We thought it was hilarious.
And it's funny, you probably only noticed because you binge watched it. Right, so it was fresh.
Yes.
If you didn't, you probably wouldn't even notice.
No, yeah, we wouldn't notice. But it's just because we binge watched it, we're like, hey, that's the same guy. Because we noticed him the first time because he was walking weird. Like, because I saw him and I'm like, I'm sure they told the guy to walk, just walk natural. And then he put on these robot arms and we're like, what the hell is he doing? Anyways, and then I saw him again. I'm like, it's the robot arm guy. Then we were looking for him. So
I gotta ask. I gotta ask my wife because she watches the Lincoln Lawyer. I'm not watching it with
Okay,
her,
there you
so
go.
uh,
Mike's wife, when they used to
yeah.
live in L.A., Mike's wife used to sign up to be an extra on these shows. She was on a number of shows where she'd be like a background extra, like people in a restaurant or people walking by in the street or whatever. She did a lot of that.
Nice.
Yeah.
I think Ben in our chat, he mentioned he did some extra. He does some extra work on movie sets. I
Oh
think.
yeah.
Yeah, I think Ben
Okay.
did mention. I think he sent me a picture. I gotta find
Oh,
it. I lost it. He sent me a picture where he was in costume for an extra that he was uh
okay.
doing.
Cool.
I froze up. Got it. My battery died, so I'm just gonna put it there. You go.
That's like Carlos. Like the legends. Like what's the guy? I think it's called. He's called the. Is he called the Radio Man, or something? In New York.
Yeah, in New York.
Any
Yes.
any any movie that's shot in New York, it always has the Radio
The
Man
Radio
somewhere
Man.
in it
Yep.
because this guy he would show up. He shows up at like every scene. I don't know how he
Movie.
finds
Yeah.
out, but he so now he's like a legend where it's considered bad luck if you're filming in New York City and you don't have the Radio Man in it somewhere.
Yeah.
It's bad luck to your production. So he's an extra in everything.
Yeah. He's been featured in like 200 plus films. Something crazy like
Yeah,
that. Let me look it up actually.
yeah, it's yeah.
Radio Man.
Anyways. Yeah, you gotta like the little legends out there, right? Every
Yeah.
industry's
Local legend. Yeah.
got its superstitions, right? Like,
Mhm.
hockey. It was a thing for years. Any team that got into the NHL playoffs, if you watch, it was bad luck to shave during the playoffs. I don't know how it started, but that became bad luck. So these guys that normally were all clean shaven during the year, suddenly everybody's getting these big playoff beards, right? And and if you've never grown a beard and you suddenly have to grow one for like hockey playoffs and you're sweating in it, oh my God, that must have been so itchy
Yeah.
for them.
That's gotta
So
be
itchy.
tough. Yeah.
But anyways. Actually, I was telling my wife that we want to go back and watch the original, well, it was based on a book, of course, but the original Lincoln Lawyer, the one with the McConaughey, the movie. I know
Mm.
it's like no relation. Like it really, I don't think it looks stylistically. It's completely different. Obviously, the characters portrayed differently. I mean, in the TV series on Netflix, he's he's like he's Mexican, I think, or mixed. Anyways, he's American, but he's got Spanish hair. His mom is like a Spanish movie star or TV star or something. Anyways, so. Anyways, but I got to go back and watch the McConaughey one just for the sake of it. Oh, Chris, I understand. I understand what you're saying. Why can't you hold these positions? You know what? I'm feeling that way this morning after AMD did the exact move I was looking for, and I'm on the sidelines watching it after getting out of my short. So,
Yeah, it's
sometimes
a
that's the
tough
way it
one,
goes.
man.
Apple,
Tough
by
one,
the
tough
way,
one.
I'm watching Apple while we're talking. And unfortunately, it did hit a high. It did do it on volume and it did pull back, but it didn't retest. And that's the extra step I need for my Mountain Pass to come into effect. So it wasn't quite, aggressive enough to be a parabolic reversal, and it didn't retest like I need on a Mountain Pass. So I'm just watching Apple here make an interesting move. Again, it's funny how you get things that are like 80% of the way to your target, right? But it didn't hit all of, I wasn't able to check all the boxes. So I'm just watching and didn't take the trade. So,
Mm. I mean, this guy's met like everybody. Jeez. Radio Man. It's like he's got pictures with every star in here. I mean, just look at this. Yeah, I'm not paying 375 for this picture. Is that how much it is? 375 for this picture? Who's buying this? Get this image for $300.
why?
Why would I do that?
Why are you looking at? Oh, I see. On Getty Images. Oh, yeah. I guess if you're a media,
Uh,
you pay for these.
oh, yeah, I guess for me that's nothing. That's pocket change. I guess it's not for
So you
consumer. Yeah,
gotta
that makes sense. Yeah.
so you can publish it and
Yeah. Yeah.
you know. And I guess that's cheap for a celebrity photo, but if it's something that's unique. Yeah.
I mean, he's met. Yes, everybody knows him. It's a radio man.
Guys, next week, we've been talking about the Money Show, by the way. It is happening next week in Vegas. So if you're in Vegas or you feel like going to Vegas, why not? Go to the Money Show. He's going to be live trading there. And we got a few other people. John is actually going down. Did you manage to convince John to go? I think Mike is going as well. I know Mike's had some challenges with travel recently, but I think he's going down. So, Carlos, I assume you're not going.
No, I'm not going down. No,
No.
no.
Okay. No, so but yeah, that's happening next week. So from the 23rd to the 26th, I think. So if you're interested, I think it's a free entry 23rd to the 25th. So it's a free entry. You just have to register and then find out when the sessions are. You can go and watch Andrew trade live. Be in a room with him, trade live. Or if you want something more adventurous, go sign up to go with us to Cairo and Luxor and all sorts. Travel Egypt with Andrew and myself. We're both going down. That is going to be pretty awesome. I'm really looking forward to that trip. Since I missed the last two, I feel like I needed to do this one.
No,
Good
it
news
will
is,
be
Carlos, my wife
amazing.
knows how much I like these trips and I miss them. When I mentioned it, we were like 12 hours back from Aruba, and Andrew was
Mhm.
like, "Hey, are you going? Let's go to Egypt. Go to Egypt." I'm like, I didn't even know the Egypt trip existed till I got back. And my
Yeah,
wife's like,
yeah.
"Just go, just go. I know you'll be upset if you don't go. Just go." I'm like, "Okay, I'm not gonna
Good,
argue.
good, good. She should go with you.
Booking it now."
You'll have an awesome time.
That's what I told her. I was
She'll
trying to
have an
convince her.
awesome time. Yeah, yep.
She's not. She's not doing it. So.
Oh, guys, I don't find
Where is I'm
anything.
looking for the full schedule. Where's Andrew? Live day trading with Andrew Aziz. Look at this. Day 2, 7 a.m. to 9:30 a.m. Look at that.
Wow, this market is weak, friends. I
Andrew's
mean,
got
just
like a full schedule. He's gonna be
yeah.
That'll be cool. They're gonna put him up on the main stage. Live trading.
Just when you thought this thing
That'll
was
be
gonna
unique
turn
for people
around
who've
and do
never watched
something,
anybody live day trade.
yeah,
A lot of pressure on Andrew. It's always it's one thing to trade in front of your community and friends, which he's been doing. It's another to go like to a conference and just step up on stage and put your money on the
random,
line.
yeah. But with random people you don't have a relationship with, it's a little bit,
Yeah.
it's tough. It's tough. Um, Even
Yeah.
here, when we first started trading live here, and we did it
Oh
prior
yeah.
to this, we did it before. Like even when I first started trading live for the community, even when our community at first, it was like it was a little pressure because you want to perform well. Even with our own community, like forget about
Yeah.
YouTube. We're not even live on YouTube at that time. But let's say Andrew BI said, "Oh, Carlos, cover for me, trade live," and I'm like, "Trade live." I'm just like, "Holy cow!" Nah, I could care less, right?
Yeah.
Because you got the
Well,
experience,
because
doesn't matter.
I,
But
I think
at
what you
first, it's tough.
yeah. What you have to get comfortable with is the fact that you're just trading and you happen to be live. Because I think when you first do it, you're nervous about being on stage. Like we said, Carlos, like
Yeah.
you're trying to perform for the crowd. And that's usually that's not the successful recipe. It's really you sort of just happen to be in front of people and you got to trade your trades. That's when you
Yeah.
can do better at it. But it's hard to get to
Yeah.
that point where you sort of forget that you're live type thing, right? That's where,
Yeah.
that's where people who are used to being in front of the cameras, basically they can have a conversation with somebody and forget that they're on camera.
Hmm.
But it's those are the best conversations. But anyways, it's tough to do.
Yeah. Agreed.
Tough to
Agreed.
do. So
All right, friends. Let's do a funded account. Why not? Let's do it right now. Let's do it right now. How many likes do we have? Do we have at least 400 likes? If we do, we'll do it right now. Wow, everything is just weak, man. Everything is coming down. Look at MU's probably gonna make me
yeah.
low. Spike just went to VWAP and then turned around, and look at Tesla, just right back down, right back down. I was looking forward to a VWAP breakout,
Yep.
not happening. Right back down here. So yeah, things careful with these reversals. I mean, you did get a nice reversal on some of this stuff close, like AMD. It's a good reversal to the VWAP, but right back down now. So again, tough, tough, tough. All right, let's see how much likes we have today. 246. Oh, people are sleeping. We're putting people to sleep with our trading.
Where's everybody?
Everyone's falling asleep. Oh man, that's slow.
Hmm. Oh,
My
look,
kids have
Andrew.
half a day today,
Andrew's live.
so
Andrew made it.
nice, nice, nice. All right. Too busy funneling our trading terminal account. Yeah, don't fumble the trading terminal account. Uh,
Are you haven't started the draw here yet, have you? Because
no, I haven't.
no,
But
no, it's not started, guys. Don't
let's
whatever you're
start
doing
it.
now, it
Yeah,
doesn't count for anything. Don't do it.
yeah.
Not
Don't do
yet.
it yet.
And we haven't told you what the special hashtag word is today.
Yeah, that's right.
You don't know. Carlos might decide to pull a fast on you. Could change it up. Could be anything. Could
Switch
be
it up a little bit.
supercalifragilisticexpialidocious for all you know. Probably not,
only
but it could be.
only two entries.
Yeah,
Imagine.
exactly. Because
Only two
no one else
entries. That'd
spells
be
it
great. Yeah.
right. Yeah. Hashtag anti-disestablishmentarianism.
Jeez,
Big
man.
long words nobody can spell.
Madness.
Don't put any hashtags in. They're not working for anything right
It's
now.
not turned on yet, guys. I'm still looking for it.
Yeah.
We turn it on
We
here.
need more likes.
We do need more likes. At least 350.
We
Let's
wanted
get
the like
350.
counter up there.
Let's get 350. Let's do that. 276. We'll give it 5 more minutes. See if we get
All right.
350 likes.
We did,
As we continue
did get
searching
Yeah.
for trades.
some moves here.
Yeah, maybe I got out too early on my funded account trade here on Tesla. They didn't think that was going to happen. They didn't think the SPY was going to come up here and then drop like this. I could have taken another partial down here. But the market is just rather weak today. Friends, you can get a funded account. I'm doing pretty good right now. I'm up to 1,900. So we're going to try to grow this to about 10. And again, just trade like this, 1 or 2 trades, right? We don't got to trade a boatload of trades. Take it easy, trade small, and let's build the account here. We'll give one away in just a second as people are hitting that thumbs up today. Amazon looking to break out here, but it's been very, very choppy the last couple of minutes. MU back towards the low a little bit. AMD sideways. And I don't see. Oh, 321. Yeah, that's good. I like that. 321. Let's do funded account. That's good. 321 is good. That's good.
All right. You made Carlos happy. Thanks, everybody.
Yes.
Appreciate that. All right. What's the special what's the special word today?
We're going to use fumble.
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 Okay.
We're going to use fumble. Since I fumbled the account
funded.
earlier. Not funded. Fumble. That's right.
Hashtag fumble. All right. I'm going to
it looks like
fumble.
Wow, people already knew I was going to use that. People started putting it in. Hashtag fumble. I'm going to put it in here as well.
All right.
Fumble.
Okay.
Let's go, friends. Hashtag fumble for our funded account today. So let's see here. There it is. And it's running. Friends, good luck to everybody. If you want to join Lambos and Garbage Truck family, you can. Just head over to right here on YouTube, the strange social media platform. But right here on YouTube, you can click on the join and become part of the Lambos and Garbage Truck family. That's how you are eligible to join the giveaway. And aside from that, join all the stuff that we give out for members. YouTube videos on there exclusively for members. A lot of information on there. Perks in our chat as well. So take advantage of all that fun stuff. And here it is. Let's see who our winner is. 121 entries today. And we'll do it in 3. Oh, hold on a second. Okay, here we go. All right, so our winner for today is funded account. Hashtag fumble, 127 entries is going to be 321. H star 129. H star 129. You are the winner.
All right.
Congratulations.
If you're still putting in fumble, you're too late. It's you
You,
missed your
if you're putting in
opportunity.
fumble, you're fumbling. You're fumbling
You
right
fumbled
now.
it. Yeah. Yeah. All right.
Oh
So
man,
congrats, H star
congrats.
129. You just email Carlos, Carlos at
Yes,
bearballtraders.com to collect.
there you go. Awesome stuff. Beautiful,
All
beautiful,
right.
beautiful.
Love it.
Uh, bright life for kids. You won already. Are you upset that you're not winning after you won? And please tell me you still have your account, right? Because you won recently, like 3 weeks ago, 2 weeks ago. Please tell me you're still in it to win it, my friend. Sunny Suni Tarani 3676. We'll do it again tomorrow. We'll do it again tomorrow. Every day. Every day. We're giving
Yeah.
like 40 away so far. We'll get some more tomorrow. All right, so tomorrow come by. Um, all right, so you still have the fun account, Bright Life for Kids. All right, good, 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 good. Very nice. Do we have some
Oh,
new winners? Let
Carlos.
me see. We have some new winners.
It's interesting that I'm looking at a couple of the stocks here, and they look so similar. Like CoreWeave, uh, well, CoreWeave more than anything. Even
Yeah,
Netflix a little bit. They look just like what we were watching on NVDA and AMD, and well, Tesla looks slightly different, but similar. You know how they all did that uncertainty right at the beginning, pop up, and then the drop. So it's you can tell how everything moves in correlation on these types of days. The trick is figuring out what the market's interested in doing, right? The big whales, as they call them, or the buffalo, the
uh,
herd of buffalo, right? They all stampede together.
that's it. Tesla back down. AMD sideways. MU nothing. Amazon just hanging out above the previous day close, above the VWAP. Just hanging out here, trying to figure out what's next.
Amazon and Netflix. I mean, yeah, they all look the same. Amazon looks
Yeah,
similar to me. Meta is a little more muted in the way it moved, but it's similar. Google, like they're all you can more or less overlay these charts one on top of each other. And we see that
yeah,
many days, right? There's most days that's what happens with a lot of these things. And that's okay. The job is to figure out which way, the market's going to swing so you can take advantage of it. Which is why, if you scroll back when Carlos and I were taking our trades, how we were sort of eager to get our trades in line with the market. My
yeah.
shorts, I was really nervous as the SPY was moving higher, and I didn't want to trade against AMD. Carlos, you actually waited before you jumped into MU, for
Mm-hmm.
example, until you
Yeah,
saw that market support.
yeah.
So,
Yeah, and it's funny because when the market was selling off, I was cycling through all the tickers that I had, and I wanted to find one that had the best opportunity on the VWAP. So even with the market selling off, I'm still looking for kind of like my setup, right? The VWAP breakdown, the pullback to the VWAP, and then the entry. So even though the market's selling off, I'm looking for the best one that's going to give me kind of my setup, and MU was it, right? It was the only one that was near the VWAP at that 9:45 time. Like if you look at AMD, 9:45, AMD was gone already. I think if you look at some of the other ones,
yeah.
Amazon was gone, but MU was still within that area there, so it worked out nice. Um, Suman, you must be late on the fee, Suman, because that was done like 10 minutes ago, and I think it happens. Make sure you're clicking live on the YouTube feed, um, because I think that does
Yeah.
happen sometimes. People are behind a couple of minutes. Um, oh, you did. All right, so let's see here. Yeah, so you did send me. All right, Caesar from New York. Nice. I'll follow you. on X. Very cool. All right, so Ben did send me that picture on X. Let's go look at Ben's extra picture. Let's go look at it on X here. Ben, our good buddy in chat. Really? I gotta enter a password to get into my messages? What is this? Okay, I guess you're trying to be helpful. I'm not doing that. It's too much. Just gonna go on my phone. Just gonna go on my phone, make it simple. Dum, dum, dum. All right, let's see, friends. MU's coming to the view app again, so looking at that. Opportunity there, maybe. Dum, dum, dum. All right, anything happening, friends? What do we got going on, Peter? Anything?
No,
Did
no,
Andrew
I'm
take any
watching.
trades?
Still
Did he
keeping an
take
eye.
anything?
No, keep an eye on Apple here. Apple it made an interesting move down to the VWAP. It's bouncing again. Apple's still actually looks fairly strong,
Mm.
considering the day we've got. Everything else is, now it's in this mid range. My 10:30 alarm went off, of course, 15 minutes ago, and we did sort. Well, the reversal happened a little earlier, didn't it? It happened just after 10. But yeah, Carlos, I think we're heading into a sideways type of day. Maybe it's the Lunar New Year.
Lunar New
The year of the
Year. There it
horse.
is.
The year of the horse ain't galloping.
Yeah.
Not yet.
Horse racing is supposed to be coming back. There's some kind of um, thing that was passed in the bill, the Trump bill, I think allows horse
Okay.
owners to be able to own horses more. There's something there that allows the horse owners to kind of
What?
be in their favor. I read the whole thing, but with all the scams and all the illegal stuff going on, the horse industry has taken a big hit as far as racing. Right? It's just too much nonsense going on. But
That sounds like a crazy thing for the administration to
yeah,
weigh
like
in on.
this is one of those things. You know when they put like
But
a hundred policies they're trying to pass. Well, this is one of them that's like really down there that nobody thinks about, but it's there, and
okay. All right. Yeah, yeah.
as they try to hide the other
It
important
feels
stuff.
feels like another yeah.
Yeah,
But you know what? I mean, who owns racehorses? It's not us.
not us. It's the
You,
a
you
horse.
got this is the
It's
billionaire club.
expensive. It's a billionaire
Yeah.
exactly. This is the billionaire club with the yachts.
That's
You know.
all
Here's
so
Ben.
obviously.
Here's Ben on an extra. He was an extra in this film, and that's his costume there. Ben, what
Oh,
kind of film was
boy.
this, man? We got to go check out the film.
Oh
What were you doing here?
yeah.
There it
Is
is.
that a
This could
60s
be one of
vibe
that.
going
What's
on? I
that?
don't know, but the glasses aren't 60s.
What's that place? That desert. This could be one of those costumes for the desert.
Oh, it's like
Burning
Burning
Man.
Man?
Burning Man. Yeah, were you at
Yeah.
Burning Man?
Yeah.
I think it's a TV show. You mean you think it's a TV show? So, Ben, you were an extra and you don't know for what. You just, hey, I'm just gonna show up dressed up like a radio man here.
Yeah.
It was secret. Oh, okay,
Uh,
okay. I get it. I get it. I get it. All right, there it is.
Big I saw a question there about the Big Lou. You're asking what the push-up challenge info is. There's an app that you download. It's called Push for Better. You should be able to download the app, and I think you can just jump in there and participate if you want. It's 20 days, 2,000 push-ups in 20 days is what the challenge is to do. But I said we're on day 13. It's never too late to join, though. Jump right in. Why not? So it's fun in the morning to dial in, and you're like, "How many push-ups do I have to do today?" And it's always based
Yeah.
on some stat for the day, but
Nice.
But yeah, I mean, it's the days when you log in and it's like, oh my God, today is like 180 push-ups or something, right? And you're like, Jesus, it's gonna be a tough day. So today was
Mm.
an easy one, only 64 push-ups today. That's pretty easy.
Yeah,
But
it's pretty doable for sure.
tomorrow's a bigger day, 143 tomorrow. So
Mm.
you really start to realize too how big a difference style of push-ups makes. Because you try and do military push-ups, Carlos. Good Lord,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
those are tough. Keep your
yeah,
elbows by the side of your body. Jesus, those are a lot
yeah.
tougher than flaring your elbows out.
Oh yeah, yep.
Anyways, so
And it's funny.
you can barely do two push-ups in 20 days.
I
Simon,
saw
that sounds like that's a problem.
I saw a reel of like this governor. I think it was a New Jersey governor, some kind of state governor person, and he went to visit a military base, and he was doing push-ups against this other military guy. And I'm like, yeah, buddy, I know you're fit,
Yeah,
but you're not doing the push-ups the way he's doing the push-ups. He's doing the push-ups. His back and his
yeah,
feet are exactly straight. You're over here wibbling, wobbling from the
yeah,
hip. It's not the same. So,
yeah.
not the same at all. Um. So yeah.
That is very true. Yeah, you watch people that do push-ups and how they like you say, they're just like bouncing their hips
Yeah.
up and down or
Like
something, or you're
no.
going down like you're pushing down by like 2 inches, and you're like, oh,
Yeah.
one. I'm like, that's not it. Come on,
No,
that's
no,
like a
no, no.
quarter of one. Give me four more, and
Straighten
then you
out
got
those
one.
elbows.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Nose,
Absolutely.
nose to the ground, man, and
Yep.
and your back is flat. Then it's a
Exactly.
push-up. Uh, That's funny.
Agreed.
What
Agreed.
about diamond? Oh my God, diamond push-ups. Yeah, I can do like three at a time of those.
Yeah, those are
Those
tough.
are hard too. Very hard.
Yeah, good. Someone
Yeah,
called
there's
out
all sorts of
NVIDIA.
variations.
Yeah, NVIDIA's at the VWAP here. Did like it was gonna break out. Didn't really break out.
Yeah.
Failed. It's back at it again. It's a tough trade, guys. It really is. Like, I wouldn't. I don't know. I wouldn't take it myself personally. Although it looks like it's gonna break out, but it's just all over the place a little bit here. Wow, nice breakout. Is everything else breaking out too? Yeah, look at that. Certain things breaking out. Uh, yeah, yeah. No,
Archer. What
they're
are
not
Archer
hard. We're
push-ups?
talking about like how the actual format itself, right? The actual format itself is very different. If you do push it like this, you have your arms all the way out. It's a lot easier than bringing them in
Yeah.
here and doing it like this, right? Um,
Yeah.
so they're not difficult,
If
but
if I do military push-ups, I only do 10 at a time. If I'm doing like flared elbow type push-ups, hands by the shoulders type thing, then I do 30 at a time.
yeah,
But I've
yeah,
learned that if you try and push it more than that, then you just like you wear yourself out. You can't get through the volume. So
yeah, yeah.
don't. So anyways,
Or you lose the form, right? You push too
yeah.
hard and you lose the form.
Well, you don't want to injure yourself. I found that too, where you do something and you're like, oh, tweak your shoulder muscle, and then
Yeah,
you're
yep,
screwed.
yep.
I mean, you don't have to do push-ups, by the way. This is like it's really just to get you moving. Do sit-ups, do dips,
Hmm.
do whatever you want. You could do something else, but all right. Nvidia did get through the VWAP, Carlos. It is
It
pushing higher
did,
here.
yeah. It did push
Apple,
through.
on the other hand, is right back at the VWAP, which is once again going that opposite way.
Yep.
So,
Yeah, yep.
and I don't even know if Andrews has Andrew taken a trade yet. He only got here 25 minutes ago.
Yeah.
And he might not have taken a trade, which is good. I would say that's good. If Andrew didn't find anything he likes, the market has slowed down pretty quickly today. So, as
Yeah.
the volume sort of slows down, and I think that a little caution is warranted. You can't get those momentum moves that you could at the Open anymore.
This is a lot of what we saw when you were gone on vacation. A lot of this sideways action and then better trades later in the day. So we'll see how
Right.
things look a little bit later. But yeah, I don't see anything I love. I don't see anything I love today. PLTR, what are we up to? PLTR. Friends, reminder, we do have our Love is Still in the Air promo. So make sure you take advantage of that if you wanna, because it won't be here for long. It's probably gonna be today and probably gonna go away later in the day. So take advantage of it. You're gonna get 50% off right over here. 50% off. You're interested in the annual membership, the elite annual membership. This includes everything that's available to you in BBT, right? So this is the big package. Includes everything. And in addition to that, as we mentioned earlier, you're going to get a free funded account, right? Free funded account with Trading Terminal. You do need to have a Trading Terminal membership, right? Which is easy to get. It's $99 a month. But you're going to get access to that. And again, if you trade well, look at our trading here. You've seen it live, right? We're up 1,900. Okay, so this right there pays for the elite membership and my funded account. So if you trade well and you're able to survive the 90 calendar days or 3 months of trading, you're gonna get that payout, right? So trade well, trade small, follow the rules, and you can pay for your elite membership. You can pay for the funded account and then some. So you see us trading here live every day on it. So go for it.
Yeah, just pay attention to what you're
Yeah.
doing. Make sure you know
Yeah.
how the controls work. Don't fumble it.
Don't fumble. I fumbled it today. It ended up working out, but I did fumble it today. Oh man, this is messy. But we ended up working out and did not break any of the rules, so we're good. Oh boy. All right, let's see. AMD. Let's take a look. What's going on with AMD? Yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna take. I'm still slight red here, by a little bit, like $25 because of our Tesla loss. MU did recover a lot, but again, we didn't get the big win. So I'm short. I'm red $25. It's okay. But I don't see anything else. I don't think today's the day to take any more trades. I'd rather just come back tomorrow and find some better opportunities, right? So, I think that's what I'm gonna do. So yeah, 90 days not a long time. No, see, but we're not a prop firm. This is different than a prop firm. Prop firm is a whole different story, right? But 90 days, 3 months is not a long time. It's really not, right? It goes quick, man. Because remember, 90 days, you're not trading that many days. You got weekends in there, right? So prop firms work a little bit different. The idea of the funded account is not, if you look for a prop firm, look, there's prop firms out there you can join. But the idea of the funded account is for you to, invest a little bit of money, $300, right? Unless you win it here. Invest $300 and see if you can make money the long run, right? Because anybody could come in. I could take a trade right now, and make $5,000. Making money in the market is not hard. It's just not. You want to make money in the market for a week? I could take my full buying power of 57,000 that I have here, take a Tesla trade, full buying power, and I could probably make a couple of, 2-3 grands. No problem. And then just sit on my hands and do nothing else. The problem that traders have with their account is not that. It's not that they cannot make money. It's that they cannot keep the money that they make. That's the problem. That's the problem, right? My job right now is to keep my $2,000. That's my job. My whole job right now is to keep this money. I made it already. Can I keep it, right? In 3 months, can I still have 2,000 or more? That's the problem we see with traders, right? So if you're able to do that, if you're able to last 90 days and get out of your head, hey, I have to make money now and then cash it out, that's not the way you're going to trade your live account. You're going to trade your live account is to grow it and hopefully take some out, a little bit every month, later down the line, whatever your goal is. Everybody's goal is different. But can you keep this money? Can you keep this account green without blowing it up long term? If you're able to do that, then what the funded account is going to prove to you is that, hey, I'm ready to go live and open up my own account, risk my own money, and know that I'm going to grow the account or survive, 6 months, a year down the line, right? That's the point. Making money is easy. Making money is easy. That's not a problem. Can you keep it? Can you keep
Yep.
it? You
There
know?
you go. It's a good quote I like to use from John McAfee,
Mm-hmm.
though he's dead now. But any idiot can make money. Very few can keep it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And he proved it because he was unable to keep his money, which I find ironic. That's why I love the quote so much.
Mm.
Because he died like bankrupt, escaping. He was under extradition to the U.S. for tax evasion in a like a Spanish prison or something.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Yeah.
yeah. So he proved his statement true.
Yeah. Am I gonna trade more Tesla? No, no, no. I'm done, man. I'm done. We made $200 today on the funded account. I'm happy. I'm not touching this again. That's it. I'm walking away. I'm coming back tomorrow. We'll make another 200 more. I'm not touching this, man. No, no, no. I want to keep that money.
Yeah.
So all right. So we'll come back
Especially not the
tomorrow.
way it happened, right? You don't
Right.
want to
Yeah.
you don't do anything crazy.
Exactly. Exactly. So we'll leave that alone. Keep growing the buying power. We're at 14,000. Growing it slowly. We're not gonna touch that thing. We'll be back tomorrow. And with that, I see our good buddy Thor is on deck. Good morning to you, sir.
Hey, good morning, buddy. We had a party in the BBT room today. Andrew
Yeah.
overslept a little, so I got to play with Brian today,
I
and
heard,
and
yeah.
and we had
Mm,
some fun.
nice, man. Nice for you
So
guys
I
to be
got I
out
got
there.
AMD short off of R3 and held it for a $10 hold with everybody in the BBT chat room. So
Peter did tell me that you took that. Nice. Nice, nice.
Hmm. I know. I'm very upset by that, but that's
so I
okay because
mean,
that was.
this
That,
is Peter's old, back when Peter had a
uh,
mistress, AMD was said mistress.
Yes.
yeah.
He still visits her once in a while. She's not completely in the
Yeah. Well,
doghouse.
today I went and played around, but I had to leave early, and I didn't. Yeah. Anyways, I don't want to extend that analogy because it's gonna get
It
weird.
could
But
get dark.
anyways,
Mm,
It could get
it's
you in
gonna get
trouble
I
super.
very quickly here.
yeah,
Yep.
yeah, exactly.
Yep.
Anyways, I got at a break even on AMD, and then it made the massive move I was looking for, and I'm very upset about it. So what can you do?
Hmm. So yeah, I ended up we had about $1,000 risk on this trade, but it ended up being well over 10R on the hold. So we had a really lovely day on this one. I also caught we called a R3 short on the ES as well. So I held that one. So we made over 10K on this one as well. And then we took a little short on NQ when it pulled back for a little bit. So I mean, we had a bit of a party. We were all guns blazing today in BBT.
Nice. Just gonna answer one question here, Thor, and I'll give it all to you. So the question is, I subscribe to Atlas. Is the amount showing their funded account training, or made 10,000 on reversal? So if you have the funded account training here, you got to sign up for the funded account, right? So if you've signed up for Trading Terminal and you're paying the $99 a month, you also got to purchase the funded account if you want to, right? You don't have to, but if you purchase the funded account, it's $299. And you're going to get access to the funded training, which is this amount here. If you go to the simulator, you might be seeing the simulator. That also is going to have a price you can track as well, right? So you got different options there. All right, friends, we'll let you to it. But again, so a reminder, we do got the Love 50. So if you're interested in getting an elite membership in the funded account, make sure you do that. All right. So take care, friends. We'll leave
Hmm.
you with Thor.
Absolutely. So
Take over,
before,
Thor.
thank you, and also just since we're talking about our peoples, I wanted to let everybody know about a little YouTube fun. We Dr. V, when we were at the NYSE, got interviewed by Peter Tuchman inside the NYSE. So, which is now available if y'all are looking for something to watch after the show. So 30-minute interview with her and the Einstein of Wall Street. So our Dr. V is getting big, so taking over. So we're pretty excited to see. I think we're gonna have to start calling her Dr. Wall Street soon or something like that. Maybe I don't know. So we'll see what
Nice,
happens. But super excited for her.
nice, nice. Look forward to seeing that.
So how's everybody doing out there in YouTube Landia? Good to see everybody. It's I feel like I've been here less because I've been traveling a bit, and I'm still going to be traveling. I actually Thursday and Friday, maybe Friday I might be able to make it in here. We'll see, because I'm headed out towards Vegas for the money show. And I'm going out a little early. But I will be out live trading with Andrew on Tuesday and then I'm going to be presenting on Wednesday and then traveling back on Thursday. So I got Nathan to come in here and he's going to cover me on Thursday, and then maybe Friday. If not, we'll go to the room on Friday, but we'll get it figured out for everybody. But I hope everyone is having a great one. The pivots that I used are mine. Job. I have my own calculation that I utilize when I trade. So in my structure, these are these are my Camarilla pivot plays. So it's alerts that come out and let me know when potential setups are coming in. So it's a good time. Use your pivot buffer. Yay, nice, Brian. So excited you got that call. It's so good to see everybody. ES and NQ opened in the wrong spot to call an alert. NQ actually did alert. It just alerted early and we over squeezed it. It came under and then it re-offered. But once it goes up into the CPR, we can't call it again. So that you have to kind of decide if you want to take that trade or not on your own. We won't call it again once it's at this level. Yeah, I can definitely break down the AMD trade. So the first thing we had was an alert on AMD, right? So that's very important. When I looked at the volume in AMD, we had already fairly well exhausted our buyers in the pre-market, and I saw this offer at the open to be very, very weak. You can see we brought very little volume in. Also, the order book was bearish on Atlas. So when you combine those two things together, I'm that with there being a call, higher narrow range. So this is an S4 counter trending breakdown. You know what I mean? I'm going to look for a sell towards ATR low. So once it bought into the range and showed the struggle, I went ahead and shorted it once it looked like we couldn't go up anymore, like we were done. So I went ahead and went short here, and then my target was 195 basically. There was a really large bid sitting right in front of ATR low right here at 195. So I put my target in front of that large bid because I figured that's where our price is going to take us, and that's how you end up with a trade like that. Literally top ticked and bottom ticked the market on AMD, right? So you're talking about a ticker that gives us about a 12.8, so almost a $13 ATR, and I got $10, a little over $10 out of the $13. So stop was high of day. Stop, like when I got in, I got in on this low, like right here, and my stop went right above high of day. It actually so I never put it in front of an institutional number, so it would have been 205.58-ish, like right there. So my 4-to-1 was like right about here. And I ended up, because of the order structure and it being a narrow range, I went ahead and aimed for ATR low at that big bid. So this ended up being over a 10-hour trade. So, and then the trade was taken in DAS using DAS Pro, right? So, but the call systems and the analytics are all done in TradingView. When the trade, the call is not a reason to get in, right? A call is just a call. I get in based upon volume, and you know what I mean? So when we pushed up and offered these highs on low volume, I just read this as a weak offer. But we never really respected the level so directly. Now you could have had it sell under here, and you see we recalled again here, and then it wicked up offered. You could have been short right there. It would have been the same thing, just as good, just not as quite as good as where I got it in. Right. I just, for me, this was about volume. Like I never saw this as being a rally. So I was just looking for a potential to get short. One of the things that a lot of traders don't spend enough time developing is just the ability to read volume. Right. And by reading volume, just an institutional level when I got short. So institutional levels are quartered increments, 0, 2, 5, 5, 0, 7, 5. Right? So if I'm going short, right, at like 204, 204.50, I'm going to run a dollar stop on this thing. You know what I mean? And get it all the way up above the next institutional order. So because if it wicks or if there's some manipulation, I've got a chance of surviving there. Toby, I kind of switched the aggregate around a little bit. So let me show you. So see AMD, I'm just using quartered increments, I think, on AMD. So in AMD, you can still, so we were very bearish at the time, but you can see we've kind of burned out our downside book. We're actually kind of bullish right now, right? So we have a void to the downside and more order structure to our top side. So it looks like we are now starting to accumulate where before we were distributing, right? And that very much fits this price action. Look at us all the way back up to the highs. This play is actually still valid again. Right? Like if this comes all the way up here, offers S4 and then sells off of it, this play actually is still valid because we never broke ATR low. So we could still play this for another run down to close out the day. Right? So that you can see right now we've started buying. So this is not time. The only way we can reverse this is if we climax our buyers. So we would need volume like up towards around like 62 upticks in a minute, like something very aggressive. And then we'd look for, and then we could possibly short. So if y'all are enjoying this content as well as the breakdown and seeing, not a bad day, had a fairly lovely day, right? What did I think I made for you guys? I think showed you guys this was a 10 grand trade and then so on. Right. So, I mean, some really solid trading on not a lot of, not a really horrible amount of risk. Right. So if y'all are enjoying this, please make sure to to like it, subscribe, Garbage Trucks and Lambos, come by BBT and hang out. I also live trade every day at Peak Capital. And then of course I have my, all of my indicator sets and all that stuff are through my private mentoring stuff. If you want to find the easiest way to get there, go to my Instagram. Thor Young MA. That's got links to all my stuff in it. Can you explain the difference in margin and borrowing against your portfolio? Is it better for loans? So you're kind of confusing two different concepts here. So when you are buying a loan, like so you would be talking about an ELC. Oh, no, hold on. A P. Oh my God. What is that called? P personal. What is the type of loan? Anyone in here, help me with the name of that loan real quick, just because I just blanked out on it. When you're taking a loan against your portfolio, you're gonna lock in your portfolio. You can't sell it. And this is actually a very popular way for like really fairly, if you have a very large portfolio, I mean, for instance, you could buy a house this way. You could take a $400,000 loan against your portfolio and you could buy a house with it. Right. And then this isn't margin though. This is completely different. This is a loan. Right. But it's a loan. It has a specific name for it. PCL. Thank you. So that's what it is. I was trying to get to it. I just couldn't. Right. It's called a PCL. Right. So and so the PCL, right, is so you're using your for this personal credit line, you're doing that against the portfolio. So, but that's going to lock in that against it. When you're using margin, right, you are not, it's not quite the same. Right. So margin gives you when you're talking about margin, right, you're talking about it is kind of like credit, but it's more like credit, not a loan. Right. So think about it. So think about margin more like being a credit card. more so than a loan, right? And maybe that'll help you. So in margin, someone's going to say, well, if you've got 25,000 or $30,000 in your account, then I'm going to give you 4 times that as a line of credit. Right. And then but it's the cash value. So this is why you can get a margin call. Right. So like if you have a personal line of credit against your portfolio, if you don't pay that personal line back, right, then they've got ways of going after the asset, right? Kind of like using your house or using you know what I mean? But when you're talking about margin, this is more like you get a really big credit card, right? And then you're going to use that credit card to buy instead of using your regular money. Now, your idea is to, and it kind of works very well, but kind of like credit cards, if you don't pay off your credit card, you know what I mean? Then you run out of credit, right? So you have to pay off the credit card in order to be able to keep buying things, right? And so now the way you do this is what you're going to do is you're buying something with your credit card that you plan on selling later for a higher price, right? And because of that, you will sell it and get to keep the difference. Right. So if you have 50,000, if you have a $50,000 account and you buy $200,000, right? And then everything goes up. So there's like now a nominal 10 grand difference. You can sell the corresponding and then net the nominal. Right. And that really helps you out a lot. Right. But so it's a much different thing. Like for instance, on margin, you're not really concerned with interest, right? There's just commission costs, right? But you're not really concerned with the interest because you don't plan on using your margin for very long. Where if you were getting a PLC, right, well, you're going to be very interested in the interest rate you get because you're going to plan on using that for a much longer term, right? You're going to use that to buy a car, or buy a house, or do a home improvement or something. So you're planning on paying that over time, right? What levels do you see as most important when it comes to institutional algos, CP, ATR, CAMs? Okay, so Eric, that's a great question, right? So CAMs are a market making algo. Previous days close, ATR high, all of these other ones, these are institutional algos. So think about it this way. The CAM algo looks for volume. These other algos create the volume in which it's looking for. Does that make sense? Right? So when you go to so when you're in a trade, like right now, I'm not going to short AMD just because AMD is back near S4 in a higher narrow range. It is a place to look for shorting or to look for selling, but I need to see selling. So like right now, I wouldn't short, right? Because as of right now, as we approached, I see a lot of buying. So, and we haven't exhausted our buyers and we haven't started selling, right? So I'm looking for selling in this range because that's what the algorithm is looking for. But the selling is not created by the algorithm. It's a market making or a specialist algorithm, right? It doesn't create the selling, it uses the selling, right? So what we're looking for is alignment, right? You're looking for areas where these things are, like for instance, like one thing that could generate selling is weekly high now, right? There will be an algorithm, right, that there are algorithms that will buy the weekly high or sell the weekly high, right? So what I would look for is an approach into S4 and then to see if we find selling, right? Like an engulfing selling bar that drives us back down and then re-offers on low volume as we try to buy. And then we could short that, right? Because we would see selling in the place we're expecting to see selling. But if I don't see selling, I'm not going to sell, right? Like here, the reason I didn't buy or I didn't sell in here was because we weren't selling yet. But we didn't buy very well either. Like this is an insanely large engulfing candle on very low volume, right? Look how small these candles are. but they bring in relatively more volume, right? So we have this big push on what is relatively low volume, right? And then we consolidate, and then we see us making new lows. So we have an inability to buy after exhaustion. So this is a good reason to go short. So I went ahead and went short at the new low, stop above the institutional number, above the new high. And then with the very bearish order book, it made it a pretty easy slam dunk, right? So you could see here we traded down into this big order and then sold all the way down. But we squeezed much more than I expected us to because we did not exhaust our sellers here, right? So I do think there is potential that AMD could sell back off by the end of the day, but we are not seeing selling now, right? So that's what we have to wait for. Does that make sense, Eric? Most of the time, Eric. I don't say always because I don't trade based on candle patterns. So sometimes I'll get in the mid meat of a candle. Sometimes it's at the new low. I prefer seeing the new low because that lets me know we couldn't hold a bid. And so now we have a seller that we held, but a buyer we couldn't hold. So I got premium and discount. So I prefer that, but it's not necessary. If I'm inside the range and it looks like we are selling, then I am going to sell. And the higher it goes, the better it is for me to sell. Right. So even if it's pulling against me, I may wait for it to like get really close to the high and just hit it right there. I mean, if it breaks out, I'm wrong either way, right? So since I'm already planning on selling, I wanna sell. So but right now, still buying. See? That's fun. How was everybody else's day? Did y'all trade well today? I saw Carlos had some pretty gangster stuff going on. Peter's always having fun. Trying to get my wada in. I mean, let's go, right? I got one of these. I got one of these big, like 3 liter like water bottles to make sure I'm getting my water in. You know what I mean? And now anytime I drink out of it, I feel like a toddler. You know what I mean? Because you're like holding something that's like this big, and you're like, I mean, I don't have small hands. You know what I mean? But I mean, it's like, but you're supposed to drink this much water a day, right? So let's get to it, people. Hey, Rav Silla, what's up, dude? Did you see my AMD trade? You tried taking UNH. Okay. So UNH just within the CAM system, bud. So the issue with UNH, there's a couple things I want. Do you mind if I talk to you through about UNH and what I didn't like about it? Okay, cool. So first off, it's a higher narrow range. So S3 bounces are specifically for higher wider ranges. So this play is not, I wouldn't even have like played UNH today because in this range it's not and the reason why we want the wider range is we're too close to the previous day's close. And because of that, you're going to always find an algorithm camping previous day's close, and it's just such a pain in the butt to hold a position through it. So you want it to be a wider range because then you have a little bit of time before you interact with that algorithm to see if it works. So on top of that, oh, that's interesting. On top of that, I want you to, as a practice, okay, do this with the cams. And I know you guys like might not totally get this, but when you hide the cams, right, before I take a trade, I will often hide the cams. Because the cams show you support and resistance, your eyes are naturally going to look for buying and selling in those ranges, right? So it is important every now and again before you take that trade, if you want to evaluate the volume, I do what Dr. V and I call using a naked chart. Basically, I'm going to take everything off the chart except for the candles and the volume, right? Which mine are ghost candles, so I get both, right? So my ghost candles by me. Oh, I love them by Brozix. So you can see if you're looking at this, what does the VPA look like on that chart now that I've removed the cams? Are you using Thor mode, Premiere? That's interesting. I'm not sure why. I'll take a look at that. Are you adjusted data for dividends and using ETH data? Are both of those lined up? So no, well, I will have to look at that because that's weird. It's just a selection. It'll say this ADJ, you just click it. And it'll adjust for it. So if you look at the volume here, for me, the volume looks like we're selling. Right? And if you look here, right? Look at this chart right now. If anything under the gray line is selling and anything above the gray line is buying, I mean, this ticker has been selling all day. Right? Even this right now is what we would consider to be an offer. Right? We're not actually buying right now. We're moving higher, but this is because this is a positioning move. Right? We are squeezing because we ran out of sellers. So we're moving higher, which is stopping out shorts, which is allowing us to move back into premium where we're more likely to find sellers. But as of right now, this is just an offer as we're trying to reposition into sellers. But you can see on the volume, anytime we get big volume, it's always on a red candle. Right? So right now this is more of a sell to me than a buy. So if you overlaid that with the cams, that would be enough. So you have the wrong range and then that. Right. So if you have the free version, there's no Thor mode. That's kind of the trap. So the free version, you have to configure it, which I'm happy to help you do for the most part. It's a little tricky. If you have the paid version, Eric, and you're having an issue, message Bruz. You should be able to DM him and ask him and just do a screenshot of what you're seeing. And then he will respond to you on that one because that's not normal. That shouldn't be happening. So something's going on there. Please. So yeah. So it's a little hard to, so that's the kind of the advantage to having my version is whenever you get in, there's an options preset for Thor mode. So, but there's also options presets for the other ones. Like if you use DAS, and you want to line up with DAS, you can collect this and it will calculate the same way DAS does. If the old TOS script, but mine is Thor mode. Anytime I update my settings, this mode gets updated and it pushes to you. So you always have the latest and greatest of my stuff when you are in the mode of which is Thor. Which futures did CPP call? Today we had a call on NQ and oil. Ooh, it was lovely. Lovely little short call on heating oil. Wick was a little nasty, but good call. And NQ, we already know overshot, but it ended up being a good call a little bit later. Look at that, just rallied out. Good stuff. Those were our only two futures. Oh, platinum called. Platinum is not. Oh, Well, actually, it's a lovely call. Perfect wick to S4 on the higher narrow. So beautiful call on platinum, actually. So we get calls in on all of these. So like Meta, for instance, it tried to call a trending breakdown. I really was looking at the book and the volume on Meta. I thought Meta was going to run out the low end of this thing. I'm very surprised Meta bounced. But again, but you can kind of see here, we sold too heavy for too long. We couldn't get more sellers to come in. So we just ended up squeezing. But again, look how we never have really started buying. This is a positioning move, right? So they're stopping out shorts and letting the price to get higher so that they can get back on top of the bids that they want to distribute into, right? And then they start selling again as they distribute. You can tell in the BSD here, you can tell all we've done is just pulled back in. And then as we've gone higher, right, we've just flatlined in volume. So this is not a genuine buy. This is BS, right? So I would definitely expect us to continue our sell at some point. Plus, I think the book on Meta is bearish. There we go. Look at that big guy to the downside with this lovely we got a little bit of a gap in price in the 630s, 633 area. So we're missing some book here, which explains why we're not selling off very well. But right now you can see our large buys are being absorbed. Ooh, they just brought on more orders at 641. That's interesting. But they're not buying towards the large orders. So that seems very interesting. Look at how everything is sitting on the bid. Very few, like there's a couple of buys that were put onto the ask, but for the most part, they're putting everything onto the bid right now. So that's a fairly weak sign also. Very exciting. All right. What else? I'm a little burned out. I had a great trading day. It's been a fun morning. I'm really excited for my partner in crime here for her interview. Make sure to check that out, everybody. I don't know if that'll work. CL, yeah. CL was on a higher wider, but like so again, watch this. Let's do a little VPA read here because whether you take it or not is all in the volume. All right, so if I turn the cams off, does that ticker look like it's buying or does it look like it's selling? It's selling, right? It looks like it's selling. Now, it doesn't mean we can't go up, right? They are obviously offering to try and entice some buying, right? But right now, if you were in a direction, you would want to be in alignment with going south, right? Because we are selling. So if you load the cams on, right, you're in a higher, wider range and you sold into the level, it bounced off of it, but we never found buyers, right? But we were pretty exhausted on our sellers. So, I mean, but there's a difference there. And for me, this is just way too much selling with very little evidence of buying, right? There's no filled green candles, no big candles that have a lot of volume on them. The only green buying candles that have volume Like, look at this. Watch this. See the buying candle right here? There's volume. Look what happened to that candle, right? You have an insanely tight absorbed candle here. Even here, when you get to the high, you get buying volume. And again, it's a very small absorbed candle. For reference, you can see a larger candle here, but on less volume. And that's still a very small absorbed candle, right? So anytime we're trying to push up, even with volume, we are not willing to give ground. But if you look at anytime you have a big red candle, right? Anytime you have a big red candle, you have a hard sell. And then again, a hard sell, and then a hard sell. Right. So right now we just don't like there's a good buy, but again, on a truncated candle. So for me, I don't see enough evidence here that we want to go up. Not that we can't, but for me, I mean, I would have been okay with being long up here, but having it lose it down here plus the selling, this thing to me sells off at some point. VIX puts for next week only 20. Oh, nice. I've never been good at the options thing. Can I be honest? As I am. Hi, I am new here. Welcome. My name's Thor. Nice to meet you, Joe. I have you begun? What did I trade? Oh man, I got a beautiful sell-off on ES and NQ. But my beauty was this baby right here. Look at that beauty. Top to bottom on AMD today. So I am new here. I am reading the trade book. I just wanted to ask if your own strategy and what you trade is different from the first section before you took over the stream. Yes, Joe, absolutely. I am the am I the I don't know, you guys tell me. Am I the black sheep at Bearable Traders? Like how do you describe me and what I do? Am I the black sheep here in BBT? So I one in, one out. I don't partial. I hold all day. I have incredibly tight risk management. I have trade management, like, I only take like at max 3 trades a day. And as you can see on AMD, I mean, this is an over 10 grand trade, but I only risked about $400, maybe $500 on the entry. No, 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 no. This was a grand entry on this one. Sorry. High of day, and I went full risk on this one because I liked it so much. So this was $1,000 risk for over 10R on this trade, right? So yeah, maybe you're right, Raf. Maybe you're right on that. And then I hit this lovely hold on. And then I hit this lovely short on ES off of R3. But it's a narrow range. I should have just taken S6 on this one. But it's okay. I still made like really good money on it. I mean, almost 10 grand here. And then I also shorted in Q and I made like 4 grand on that one. So I mean over 20 grand today between my 3 trades. 3 for 3 and well over 20 on that trade. So it was very lovely day today. And I got to do it live in Bearable Traders because Andrew wasn't there this morning, so I got to hang. It's not a new single trade high. My biggest trade that I've had is over 15. But this is not quite a high, but this is probably one of my top 5 most productive days, 6 most productive days. But I've had an insane few months. So, I mean, everything in the past couple of months has really just taken off. A combination of like this trade on AMD was in my IBKR personal account. And then the trade that I took on that you see on the futures was also in my personal account, but it was copied through many other accounts as well. I have 4 personal accounts that I copy into, and then I have a few props. Yep, exactly. One of each, basically. Like I like having one of each one of the props in case I have an issue getting paid by one of them. So any of them that'll let me copy trade into. So take profit, my funded, Apex. I don't like Top Step. I'm really hoping BBT gets into funding futures at some point. I think that'll be a really part. Okay, real quick, AMD opportunity. Not saying it is, but you can see here we've now had an exhaustion event. A lot of buying that brought us right up in the range and then stopped us. So this is where we look to see if we get a sell response. It's not a sell yet, but just keep an eye on it to see if you get a sell response here. You're now in the right range for a sell. So now that we've bought and absorbed into that range, if we sell out of it, the algorithm should recognize this as premium and move us back lower. But we're still have to wait for a seller, right? So, but you can see here we pushed and we pushed quite well. But look, we made higher high. We pushed all the way up to here on all this volume, but we couldn't look how low the volume was at the beginning of the day. So this just seems like a lot of work, and we're not even making new highs on the day, right? So this would be a reversal point for me for a trip back down. A wider and narrow range is all based upon the CPR, the central pivot, right? So is our range, if we expanded yesterday, right, then we will be in a wider range today. So it's all about our relationship of it's a 2-day pivot relationship. We watch yesterday's expansion over its previous day and determine it that way. We also have a bit of a fairly steep trend here that we can work with. So we'd come off the low here, come up to this big pullback since we made a new high. We'd hit that guy on the volume right there. Think. Right, so we can maybe use this one here. Where's the volume at? Right there. That one. I like how we have multiple wicks hitting that, and then we run off and hit that. So see here. So we sold into here, came off of it and bought, and now we're re-offering. So if we come in and make new lows, we'll have a short-term trend loss as well. Let's see what our higher time frame looks like. So you can see here, right, we're under trend on AMD quite aggressively right now. This is one of the other reasons I wanted to be short today. Right, look at AMD. If you look at AMD's 4-hour, does AMD's 4-hour look like a buy right now? I would say no, right? So this is higher time frame alignment, right? I want to give everyone here a small amount of advice, if you would be so inclined to allow me to do. Go with the should, not the could. One of the things that I feel like a lot of retailers do when they start trading is they're constantly looking for what could happen instead of looking for what should happen. Right? If we're in a downtrend, then we should sell. Right? And that's the alignment that you want to be in. Right? If you look at the 4-hour or a larger time frame chart and we are selling, don't try and find ways to go long off the bottom. Find ways to sell off the top or the bottom, right? Like you need to be in alignment with the price action and what the market is feeling. As a retail trader, you don't have the ability to influence this aspect. So think about this as going surfing, right? And instead of surfing against the waves, you surf with the waves, right? So like right now, we're still holding this shorter term uptrend. So there are algorithms that will buy this trend, but they will sell when we lose it. Now we need to be in a selling range when we sell. And if those two things happen at the same time, the algorithms will reposition us into discount. Right? So right now, what we're looking for is that we're looking to move back up into an area of premium, which would be near this high. And then we're going to look to see if we can find a seller at the loss of trend. If that's the case, that would be our signal, right? We would be in a selling range and finding a seller, right? All right, there we go. We're under trend, right? We had a buy. We're now offering value on that buy. Right now, don't let them fake you out. Don't get too hurried because they like to just come under it and then come back above it and kind of mess this up a little bit. You're looking for volume. Look, no volume. But you'll see it when it hits. I'll show it to you. Hopefully we'll be here. Right? Look how we're we bought away from it and then we came right back to it. Like this is, this is strong, right? This is actually fairly weak, right? Because we bought away with a lot of volume. That's exhaustive, right? We exhausted our buyers here. We're at premium and people are buying premium, right? Probably shorts covering actually, right? So now we're coming back into that value area. And if we start moving lower and reject this trend, anyone who bought all of this here, they're going to start selling, right? And that selling will flood the market with market sells, and then we will distribute and with those sells down through the big orders. Let's look at Microsoft, since you say it looks so sweet. Oh, yeah. So we're a little high on Microsoft right now. So this is a bit of a buying range, which is why it's so choppy, right? But look what's happening. We've offered over, and now we've re-offered the open price. You can see we've sold and then re-offered the open. Now, I would have trouble shorting Microsoft here, although it likely is a short. Look, you can see we sold, and then we've offered all the way back up, but we've never bought. This is all just low volume re-offer of premium, right? So I love the idea of being short up in here based on the volume. But it's a difficult short because you're in a buying range, right? So you can easily get squeezed here if you're not careful, right? Because it's short below the fours. But if you can endure this drop and then it goes through the four, this should be a no-brainer. Like once it goes through the four, we should liquidate, maybe even as low as ATR low today. Like we could have a really big continuation on our sell today. I have traded equities from TradingView. They're nice. I prefer DAS for executing equities just because of the high share volume. Like on futures, it's not as big of a deal because you're talking about like a handful of contracts at my price level. It's really not that big, right? But when you're talking about equities, at $1,000 risk, you're talking maybe 1,100 or 1,200 shares of AMD. You know what I mean? So when I do that, I'm going to need to really like smash bro that one. So many screens. I've always said the way you stay in the trade is the most. Oh, thank you, John. That's so nice of you. So that has been a very, I mean, I've always been pretty good at holding, John. I think so. Okay. How do you rectify a bad win emotionally? I'll say, how do I rectify a bad win? That's fun. What do you mean by a bad win? Just to make sure I'm on point with you. You're talking about where you did something you weren't supposed to do, but then it made you money. Yeah. That is a slippery slope, Ganesh. That is a slippery slope, my friend. So when I'm working with people and they have a really big blow up day, I generically ask them to review what they had done 2 to 3 days prior to the blow up day. A lot of people say I just have these big random blow up days that just kind of come out of nowhere, but they really don't. And if you have a good mentor, your mentor will find these habits with you, right? Which is what happens is you notice is like 3 days ago, right? You won money on a bad decision, right? So and because of that, now you have implanted an element into your trading, right? That is now a random successful variable, but you can't use it. It's not provable, right? It's not a part of your system, so you don't have a way to duplicate it, but you will try. Especially since you likely made that behavioral moment because you didn't have what you wanted and because of your desire to play, you know what I mean? You went ahead and took it and then you make money, but then the next day you take it and it doesn't work. Right. And then you take it, you know what I mean? But because of this, the frustration hits you and then you just kind of unwind. Right. So generically, like the thing that I would be worried about mostly, Ganesh, is not necessarily today, but the saying I kind of have in this is today's behaviors or today's actions are tomorrow's results. Right. So what happens in these moments is it's not that it's good that you made money today, but this will really set you up for some frustration later. Yeah. So now how do I rectify that? I will admit it's been quite a while since I've traded outside of my trading system as far as like being aware of like what I'm doing and feeling good about this and the risk management and the way I do it. That's one of the benefits to have been doing this for as long as I have. I've had some time to work through all that. So, my only real suggestion I have here, is to do your best to just move on. But I mean this in all instances of loss in trading, right? One of the aspects of being a trader is the grind, right? Don't be so hard on yourself. Like don't be so judgmental. Don't put so much pressure on yourself because the issue that you probably had was that, right? There's a word and there's a very, very specific word, right? Um, and that word is called urgency. The word urgency is the destroyer of all traders in the retail market. If you have to have a trade today, you will have a trade today, whether it is good or not. Right? If you need, like for everyone who's coming into trading and you've set like a time frame, for instance, on how long you have until you need to be profitable or you're going to have to go back to doing whatever it is, that is going to create a lot of urgency. And that urgency will taint your performance. Right. So the best and I say this from total experience, right? Trading is we are so not naturally good at this, right? Because everything that you've learned in your prior life and what has made you successful will make you unsuccessful in trading. Right? When you've grown up, most of you, I'm sure, with early bird gets the worm, production equals profit. Work hard and you'll see the result. Trading is the exact opposite of that. The less you do, the more you make. The less trades you take, the more you can make off the trades you take. The better your ratios go. The less you partial, the more money you can make. The longer you hold it, the more money you can make. You know what I mean? So many people are in here hoping to make thousands of dollars, but you've got a $10,000 or $20,000 account and you're partialing it like a madman as soon as you're into a position. It's impossible to make money that way. If you have a $10 million account, it's certainly possible, right? Because you can survive on 1% or a 0.5% or even 0.1%. But if you have a smaller account, 50,000, 30,000, you need to make, you can't risk more than a certain amount. You know, a percent is a lot. Like 1% of your account risk per trade means you have 100 failed trades and then you're done. But as you lose trades, your buying power dwindles and you go under PDT. So if you have a $50,000 account, you're risking a 1% on that. You really only have like 50 trades and then you're iced and you're refunding, right? It's very, very difficult to produce well under those environments. So the best thing you can do actually is take smaller positions than you think and hold them much longer. And that's kind of what I'm trying to show everybody now, right? That it is possible to risk a reasonable amount of money and just do nothing and let the trade think about it as like intraday swing trading, right? Like I'm not looking to capture, you know, my grandmother would call this tripping over dollars to pick up dimes. I want the dollars, right? Like AMD today again. I mean, I'm in love with this trade, right? There are no dimes, right? We got all the dollars, right? This one trade. Imagine if you guys have, you know, if you're taking, you know, one trade and you take one trade a week and that trade makes you 10 grand. Would that be enough? How many people in here? Give me a Thor emoji if you're able to. If not, a thumbs up. How many of you 10 grand would be enough a week? Like that's 52 weeks in a year. It'd be a $500,000 a year. Anybody here not able to run a decent household budget on a $500,000 a year? One trade, right? It's just one trade, right? One properly leveraged trade. So stop over trading, right? Your point is to be able to do this on the small scale, right? One trade a week that makes you $500. Then one trade a week that makes you 1,000. Then one that makes you 2,000, right? The only difference in these trades is my leverage, right? In this instance, I was risking $1,000. A year ago, I would have only risked $100 on this and I would have partialed the crap out of it, right? So I would have made maybe a 5R move on this or a 4R move on this, and I would have diluted the crap out of my position before it even got there, right? How many of you, you know, and the other thing is how many of you don't want to run an 80% hit rate to be profitable? See, if you're hitting 8 and 10 to 1 when you hit a trade, you can absorb a lot of losses. Only one of these has to work out for me, and I can take 10 more trades. And since I run north of a 40% hit rate, that works quite. Oh, there it is. AMD seller. See what I mean? There they are. Found them. Look at that. Right on cue. So that money can come, that exponential growth can be very, very quickly growing. So stop obsessing on your P&Ls and making that happen. It will happen, right? When you are trying to, especially if you're trading with a smaller account, stop trying to make money fast. The money can be made fast, but not by your actions, right? Your money will make the most when you leave it alone, right? Get into the position, hold it until you need to get out, right? Partialing every time you, like, let's say you're going this move, every 2R, you take half off. You have to go twice as far to make the same amount of money, right? If you've gone 2R, you take half of your position off. You now got to get to 4R before you can take another R off, right? You now need to go to 8R. You now need to go to 16R. right? Anybody in here getting those kind of trades, 16 Rs? I'm not getting 16 Rs. I mean, I have had 16 Rs, but I'm not getting that, all the time, right? But I can get 8R, 5R, 4R. Why not just hold for those? So it's difficult. It's been quite the transition. R, the amount of risk you're putting in versus how much reward you're going to get. So for instance, like if if your account size, for instance, is like 25, let's say you have a $50,000 account, I never recommend risking more than like a half of a percentage of your account. So like your biggest trade you would make would be like a $250 trade. So your R would be $250. So if you get 4R, that would mean you made $1,000 on $250. One of the things that's very, very difficult to tell, especially as a new trader, is you see big P&L, but you don't see the reward ratio that's attached to it, right? There's many traders out there who, when they trade, will make $16,000 or $10,000, or we're all over the place. Like the amount of money that I'm making in trading is not like spectacular when it comes to being good at retail trading, right? It's certainly possible to make 4,000 a day, 5,000 a day, but the difference is when I'm making 5,000, 10,000, or 20,000, I'm generically doing it on like $500 to $1,000 worth of risk. Right. So that for me, is different, where others are going to make a similar amount of money, but they're going to be risking $80,000 or $100,000 to make the same amount of money. Right. So I'm using leverage, right? And with that, but yeah. Well, everybody, it is noon. I hope you all had an amazing session and really enjoyed going over this. Tomorrow is going to be Wednesday, so we will be in here with the illustrious Dr. V tomorrow. Just a reminder to everybody, Dr. V is out on YouTube with Peter Tuchman, so check it out. I hope you all have a great rest of your trading day. Much love. Bye.